Greetings, Internet, and welcome to another edition of the Play Some Video Games podcast. I'm here. My man, Donnie, Eat the Motherfucking Hype Reese is here. We also have the CEO of Cadillac on Mars, my boy Chowfie. Dev's not here. I don't know where he's at. He might come, might not come. I don't know.
He's coming. Don't quit.
Don't quit.
They had to go down to the D team today, so
nah,
I'm here.
No, you're not the D team. We know who the D team here is. They know who they are. I'm not gonna say names, but they know who they are.
D Life.
Yes, absolutely. I wasn't gonna say names, but Donnie did.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk mobile gaming and like how.
Oh, gotta get into it.
I'd quit. I would walk off this show. I wouldn't even cut off my camera. I'd just walk out.
Can't wait to play Resident Evil on my iPhone. You know,
paying $70 for that shit.
I'm actually going to talk about some mobile gaming.
Oh God!
Spoilers.
Oh man.
Crush.
Oh man. So, who wants to go first? Chaffee, how's your week been? What you been playing? Let's start with the guests first.
Shit, okay. The week's been going really, really good. Like, like just in general, like life's been actually really, really fantastic. It's kind of the opposite of the last couple of years where I've just been like, I'm trying to die like every day. But lately it's just been like super positive. Great news, Johnny. I got my Chevelle back. They rebuilt the engine and the transmission. It fucking runs like a dream. I'm not dripping oil all over the place.
Dude, I'm terrified that there's something wrong with the Roadrunner.
It doesn't smell like exhaust or like all that inside the cabin, you know?
That's good. That's a good start.
It's really nice. I've taken it out for a few drives, so that's been like super, super fantastic. And then, just around the house, family's like doing really, really well. I talked about this on Cadillac on Mars. Just a huge shout out to my wife. She does licensing for film and television. And so we got to do a full like backstage. We got like in a Sprinter van into SoFi Stadium to do like full access to like the Beyonce concert where I'm talking like I could see her like imperfections on her skin. Like we were that fucking close. It was rad. And then, I've been trying like in general to just be like more of like a present person. Like instead of like thinking ahead and like, let me fix this problem to go forward. So I've just been spending a lot of time with my son. Like he's finally into skateboarding. So I've been taking him places, giving him tips, doing a lot of like filming on him skating. My daughter just did an amazing like folklorico dance performance, which is like the Mexican dancing with the big like dresses and stuff like that. Life is good. Dope. Life is really, really good right now. So
Sounds like it.
Super excited. And then that is true. Beyonce doesn't have imperfections. I think it was my eyes that were the problem, not her.
Chaffee needs glasses. That's what it is.
No, I literally wear contacts. My astigmatism is crazy. So I have to wear special contacts.
I never told you that story, did I?
What, is this another one? Damn.
Oh,
so tell me right now.
No, we don't get that deep into it. So,
you get a nut in your eye?
No.
Whoa.
Not this year.
Woke me up.
Donnie came back.
But what was it, a month ago? I think I took my daughter to the eye doctor, and we both went together. And they were like, "Hey, while you're here, why don't you get your eyes checked out and get you some glasses?" I said, "Okay." So we're sitting there, and we do the whole thing, and they like, we take the test where you have to look at the thing on the wall.
Yeah.
I looked at that thing on the wall, like the letters and shit. I couldn't see a motherfucking
zero.
like nothing at all. To the point,
Mr. Cox, if you could read the letters from left to right.
They were like, I said like,
he's like, yeah. Just go ahead and put them up.
I said
so they're right in front of you. Let's go ahead and get started.
They were
Turn
like,
it on.
I said, and they were like, that's a 7, sir.
Did he say, hey, can you read this tiny Detective Pikachu card on my wall back here?
Yes. Yeah, it was so bad.
Sir, that's the tile. You're reading the tile on the
wall. That's my face.
That is a little picture of a child.
My daughter was crying, laughing at me. And the doctor had to pull me to the side like, hey, Just let you know, you're getting to that age where you're gonna need some reading glasses soon. I'm like, oh, fuck that. That's not happening. If you get the
Delvin's like,
glasses,
well, I guess I won't be reading.
yeah, well, fuck reading.
Yeah,
Well, I guess reading's
what's
done.
my one rule? What's my one rule, Delvin?
Fuck reading.
That's right.
That's exactly what I said. They're like,
I
hey,
tell those kids every day.
Oh, it's hilarious.
they told me you want to get the little bifocal on the glass. Like, fuck no. Say that's
You
not
really
happening.
are. You're going full grandpa,
Like,
man.
nope.
Delvin's out here trying to date. He's like, hang on a second, honey. Let me get what's going on? He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, suddenly he seems 30 years older than. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there. I
I
don't
would
want to
just
ruin
be
Delvin's
blind.
relationship. I was about
Yeah.
to say things.
Please don't. I am very happy so far.
Yeah, we'll
I
leave it that way.
don't want to get the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett. We've been separated since
Except for 7 years. Yeah.
Don't want that.
No, zero. But I mean, I guess back to like, yeah, you know what? And this too, like, you know, COVID years and basically all through fucking the politicization of education, like it's been fucking terrible for a really long time. But
Sure.
this year's like the first year in like forever that I like. It's a good year. Like
Oh,
the
yeah?
kids aren't as wild. The parents have really chilled out. Like my staff is on board. Like we had another school district. Like my school is like an anomaly in the district. We have the highest low socioeconomic status, highest amount of second language learners, and we don't fit the rest of the district. But we had another school district come and visit us because they were like, hey, basically we're fucking up and we need to figure out what to do. And we heard about you guys. And the first day they came, they brought more people than expected. It was supposed to be 8. They brought 15. And then the next time they came, which was like the following Friday, they brought a fucking school bus.
Damn.
And they had like over 30 people because they were like, your school's killing it. We want to do what you do. And you guys are doing things really well without having to reinvent the wheel. You're just doing things in a smart way. So it was just like rad. So that really boosted like the confidence of my staff. So it's been great. Like it's been a really like so far like this half of the year has been like super amazing. And then as far as like what I'm playing, the Resident Evil 4 was it remake remaster?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that game, I forgot how hard it is. Like
Oh really?
yes, like okay.
Are you playing on normal?
I'm playing on normal. I beat it a bunch of times on Wii. I beat it a bunch of times on what was that? What did it come on? PS3?
PS2.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
but no, I played
Yeah.
this shit on
Okay.
GameCube.
Okay, so I've at least at bare minimum beat this game like 7 times. Right?
Okay.
I don't remember any of it. Like as I'm going through,
Well, that's good.
I'm like,
And that's
I
how
don't-
like a remaster should. I mean, it should
Yeah.
bring you back.
But I kind of remember the environment, but I never replay games. And
There's
I know
way
I've
more
replayed this
enemies.
one a ton.
There's 1,000 more enemies in this game. Like there's it seemed like because they got rid of the controls, which took out the tension,
Yeah,
their response to try and add that tension was just to throw more enemies at you, which I don't mind at all. But
Yeah.
it would be like it would just be one of the things that I would mention about the game is that it feels way more action based, way more arcadey to play
Yes.
now than it did.
yeah.
it doesn't feel
I
nearly
would
as
totally agree with
deliberate.
you. Yeah,
You're just kind of mowing down through people. Like
Yeah.
more than ever, Resident Evil feels like a legit shooter in
Because
Resident
usually-
Evil 4 remake. You just go
Resident
broke.
Evil will hit you with like 2 to 4
Yeah, at
enemies
a
in wave.
time.
This
Yeah.
is waves. It
Wait,
feels like
they're just
horde
everywhere.
mode.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are not stopping.
Which I don't mind. It was
It's
fun.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a slight. It's just a
just
a
different.
difference. It's different. Yeah.
But even the environment, like it's got me feeling weird because I'm like, I played this game. I played this game a bunch of times, but my mind just completely, like my memory wiped it. Which on the positive end, it's new to me again. So I'm having like the best time with this game. It's so much fun.
I think they changed little small parts of it too, like little story details and things like that too. So
Mhm.
that's probably why it feels a little bit more fresh.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I beat it earlier this year. I had a
Yeah.
great time with it. It was one of the games, I guess you call it before Zelda. So I was able to get these games knocked out before I got in this
Yeah.
Tears to the Kingdom
2023 BZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about to say BZ.
Yeah.
But I do. I think I'm like halfway right now, so I'm hoping to be able to wrap it up by the end of next week because I've heard nothing but like really solid things about the DLC, and I'm like $10 for like 5
Which I've
hours.
never played. I love this game. It's one of my favorite. I've never played the DLC.
I haven't either.
I've
Yeah,
never been all that interested in it.
No, I've just like everything I read, and actually my
But you're right. Yeah, people like it a lot.
yeah, my IT guy at work, he's like, dude, have you played it yet? Like we were just talking about it today, and I was like, I haven't. I'm still working through the campaign. He's like, I swear to you, play it. He's like, if anything, $10. Like, you know,
Sure.
fuck it.
Yeah, you could
Let's
do a
start
lot
it.
worse for $10.
I will
Yeah.
say this: the Resident Evil DLCs are usually pretty good.
Mhm.
Like I can't think of one that I didn't like. Like all the side stories and stuff like that. They're usually pretty decent, to say the least. So doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. But so that's been like the main thing because everything else has just been like just life, family, work type of shit. So I really haven't had a lot of downtime. So it's just honestly been like doing that or like I don't know if I talked about this here last time was like I think I did a little bit like now that the kids are older, they're not adults. I mean, they're still young, but it's like we can get away. My wife and I can get away for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And so we get in the car. It's just time for us to hang out. We've been hitting up like the local, like recently Long Beach has just really blown up with a lot of like independent coffee shops, or a lot of them are Latin owned. And so we've just been like going through the city. So hop in the old car, get to hang out together, just reconnect, which is like really, really nice. So it's been like be on the sofa and play some games or hang out with my wife. And so I'm like, all right, let's go kick it for a little bit.
Solid.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
so it's been good. Life is good. Life is good. I'm pretty happy.
Good, man.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about my Roadrunner.
Yeah.
My Ventura is still the death of everything holy about
Right.
cars. It's just I'm gonna change their name from Maxine to the Exorcist. It's gonna be Tegan. It's just the worst. The Roadrunner has a transmission leak,
Oh shit.
Oh,
and it's not. I was told it's not big.
Mhm.
I noticed it when I was back out of the car. I was like, "That's fluid," and I was like, "It's not oil.
Mhm.
It's not dark enough."
Yeah.
So I'm going through all the. I was checking coolant and everything, and I checked the transmission. The transmission's low. I take it to the shop. They confirm it. Nothing's happening. Nothing's heating. Nothing's smoking. Nothing's rattling. There was no noises. So I was like, okay. They were like, look, you need to get the transmission resealed.
Mhm.
They're like, it's going to cost you like $500. They're like, but this isn't like an urgent thing. These old cars leak. They're like, just
Yeah.
every time you drive it, check it, keep the fluid good, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So the other day, I drove it. I went out and about driving. It was a beautiful day. It was like 63 degrees, like the perfect day. Take the T-top
Ideal
off.
for an old car.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm going to go. I had some errands to run. I was like, I'm going to take it out. Checked the transmission fluid, let it idle, checked it all, topped it off.
Mhm.
Drove it around, no problems. Didn't hear anything, nothing. As I came back towards the house and started coming in the neighborhood, I'm driving it really slowly because I'm in the neighborhood, 10, 12 miles an hour.
Mhm.
I went to tap the gas, and it's probably paranoia. I'm aware of this, but it's just how my brain works. I thought I pressed the gas enough to give it some acceleration, and it didn't go.
Oh.
And I was like, no. Like, is the transmission about to go out? So instead of testing it, like I literally let it coast. I was like, nope, I'm not going to deal with this today. I'm not fucking. And I just coasted into the driveway. And then when I got in the driveway, just for giggles, I was like, let's see if I can just like make it just see if it pulls up a little.
Mhm.
And it pulled up like a foot. And I was like, okay, so the gears isn't out. Maybe it's a third gear thing. Maybe it's not a first. Like, I don't know. I got to get in the car and see if the transmission still works.
So I totally know what you're talking about. And just for anyone listening, you know that if I'm going to be on this show, we are going to have some car talk.
Yeah, we have car
It's
talk.
just
yeah.
a thing.
welcome
And,
to Car Talk.
So, yeah, welcome to Car Talk, where we're going to talk classic cars and classically depleting your bank account.
That's true. That's true.
But I completely understand what you're saying, because before I took it in, I was where you were, where it was like, I was fine. Because mine's a 2-speed, high-low. That's it.
Yeah,
And then
that's a bitch to drive.
it kind of is. But
Yeah.
it's all
Even
I've
the
ever
3-speed
done.
is like a lot. The 3-speed is a lot. Like, my car is beautiful at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it's nuts. You drive the thing like 80 miles an hour, which isn't even all that fast. But you drive 80 miles an hour, it's just 8,000 RPM. Damn thing feels like it's about to fall apart.
Yes. It is like being like if, you know, when they show like the old war movies and they're in the old military planes, it's all loud and rattly. That's what it feels like 100%. Yeah. But I was going to say, before I took it in, okay, so I was maybe just a little bit ahead of you. Like, I started noticing the leakage and I was like, okay, let me just make sure everything's cool. Old carts leak, whatever. Then it started getting to the point where it was like, now I was getting puddles. And then if I would try to accelerate and not even like slamming it, but just a little tap, I would get a dip.
Hesitation.
It wouldn't kick in.
Slip. Yep.
And then if I made turns, left, right turn, because the fluid would shift, it would just automatically go into neutral, and then it would like kick back in. So it would like,
oh no, yeah, I'm not there.
So that's where I was like, oh, this shit's got to go in, because keeping the fluid maintained, it just wasn't maintaining it. But the paranoia piece is, I got my car back. I think I've had it now for maybe a month. I've only really driven it twice because my mindset is still it's gonna. Yeah,
because I was holding it, hoping to like just save it, but now I don't think I'm gonna drive it until I'm ready to get. I'm just gonna call them maybe on Monday. Yeah, like, when can you get me in? Let's just get it sealed, and because I don't want to drive it like this. Because even if it's not going out, like just in my head, I can't enjoy myself. Like, I'm stressing.
No. Yeah, it's really stressful because then it's just like, I want to. This is supposed to be my peaceful place. I love being in the car. There's something about driving these old muscle cars that's like, it's fucking beautiful. It's nice. But when it's not nice is when it starts messing up. And then it's like, what's that sound? What's that smell?
What is that sound?
Yeah.
God, I've had 80 of those. What's that sound?
Yeah. That's a new rattle. That's a new clang. That's a new squeak. Like, it becomes too much in the head. That's like, then you hyper focus on it. So I get what you're saying. But now that I've had did the engine rebuild, took care of rebuilding the transmission, like, I'm stoked. The only thing I noticed is I feel like I don't have as much kick as I used to, but that's fine because I'm not trying to like drag race down the street. I'm legit.
I wonder why that is. You just rebuilt it. It's the same drivetrain.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's
maybe you're like your kick down gear. They have your pulling gear set up.
Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to take it back in a couple of weeks. So the shop that I took it to, I was like, so what are next steps from here? They're like, bring it back to us in about 6 to 8 weeks, and then leave it with us again for a week so we can make sure that, like, basically they're going to recalibrate, make sure everything's like good and in place. And then they're like, it's not a charge, it's just what we do. And they're like a mom and pop shop. Like, it was like perfect because when I took it in, it's a father and his son. They used to have the grandson working for them, but the grandfather had to fire him because he's like, that kid didn't know shit about cars. And he was fucking up our business. So I had to fire him. So I was like, anybody who's going to fire their own grandson, okay, I'm good with you. But when I went in, he was like, oh, this is a 68 Chevelle. This is the mount. Like, he's like, I had one of these when I was younger and we just fixed one the other day.
Let me ask you this. Why did you stay with the 2-speed? Like, if you were rebuilding, why not get an upgrade?
Nostalgia, honestly.
Okay, just to keep it the way it was.
It's always been, because it's the same.
I got you.
It's the same when people ask me, like, why do you stay with the 327? And I'm like, it's because it's always been. It's something about just kind of.
I've got a mechanic trying to push me to change the radiator because the radiator is small. But here's the thing. I have zero cooling issues. Like, the thing runs kind of not even midway.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I could replace the radiator, get a nice aluminum one, but then you got to replace the fan. Yeah. And to replace the fan is a pain in the ass to find the right size, find the right fit. You got to find a spacer. It's much easier to buy a radiator with fans built in, and you just hook them up. Mm-hmm. But then there's like something really odd about a radiator like that, because that's like a performance upgrade. Mm-hmm. Being in the classic muscle car, because that stuff didn't come out for like another 20 years. Like, it just looks out of place.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it. I had all this stuff picked out and everything. And I just was like, after sitting on it for 40 hours, I was like, you know what? Just fuck that guy. There's nothing wrong with my radiator. Like, my car cools. It's fine.
If it was a problem, sure. If this was a daily driver, maybe. Yeah. But when I do drive it maybe for 2 hours. Yeah. Like, it's like, I'll take it out. We're out for like an hour or two, and then I might like.
Yeah, I don't really drive mine far away.
Yeah, same.
My in-laws are constantly like, bring the car to us. And they're like a good 2.5 hours. I'm not driving the car that far.
Oh, no.
Like, what if something happens?
Yeah.
They're like, what? I'm like, who knows? It's an old car.
anything.
Stuff happens to it all the time.
Exactly.
Like, you're going to put me stranded in the middle of nowhere and you're going to tell me to leave my car? I'm not leaving my car anywhere. You out of your damn mind?
And just on that statement, just leaving the car in general, because my wife will say, oh, well, let's go to this place and let's go to that place. And I'm like,
they're like, you just get a tow truck. Just tow it and we'll come get you. I'm like, no, we won't.
Well, I tell her, I'm like, oh, you physically want me to not be in like view, like not have a sight line on my car?
1,000%. Yeah,
no,
absolutely not.
She's like, what's going to happen? I was like,
a lot.
Everything.
Like, the chop shop, stolen, broken, scratched, a lot can happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm just like, if I can't see it, I ain't taking it.
I'm hoping I don't have to rebuild or replace a transmission. I think I'm being paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
But there was that moment, man. I pressed the gas and nothing happened, and I got real worried. So, no.
Yeah. But at least with that, because that's about how much I paid for my transmission as well. At least it's not like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Sure, yeah.
And a real simple fix.
And I believe it's a 3-speed Power Glide, I believe. They're fairly available. You could buy them at Summit and stuff. Like and those transmissions, the transmission, I don't like it being a 3-speed, but one thing about that transmission is they are kind of built to last. Like most people that have encountered the transmission I have, they'll tell you, man, those damn things are like unbreakable. Like if you keep them serviced and everything, they just go forever. They just never stop. But anyway, enough car talk.
Yes.
You want to go? You want me to go, Delvin?
You can go, Donnie.
All right. Well, I'm playing
playing
Cyberpunk. I'm playing Cyberpunk, and it's fucking the shit. It's amazing. Last week I just played basically the Cyberpunk I've always played. I was just playing the story, and I did a lot of it. I played through a lot of Pan Am. I just kept going and going. I played maybe 12 hours or so.
I get the double on charge. I played through a lot of Pan Am. I did too,
Yeah.
Donnie.
Yeah.
I did too.
And I was like, I'm just going to plan. And then I was like, all right, it's time to do something else. Like, this is cool. I love it, but I've been here and done this. Let's get into Phantom Liberty. And holy shit. From the get-go, from the opening act, I was like, this is a whole new level. I really appreciate their opening section has so much platforming. The game feels so much tougher. I'm upset that Dev's not here to bounce these ideas off of, because I wanted to ask him, because I haven't really heard anybody talk about it.
I haven't
either. A lot more enemies. Oh, way more enemies than most of the encounters I had before. I was like, man, these guys are coming out of everywhere. like I actually had to like kind of run and cover for a little bit to heal. I hadn't done that in quite some time in Cyberpunk. I was like, wow, this is a challenge.
Did they collaborate with Resident Evil? They're just like, throw the enemies.
So, and they've got a lot of armor and stuff, a lot of stuff. And then you have this whole platforming section. You have to scale this building. It's like collapsing and you have to like jump. And it's very like, I'm playing and I'm like, this is so like Dying Light. Like it's not even funny like how good this is. Not that the parkour is the same. They're not. But like the design. Like the mission structure, the design of what I'm doing, the mission I'm accomplishing is very similar to something I played in Dying Light. And I was really digging it. I was like, this is great. Like I'm getting like the story exposition while I'm hopping from floor to floor and climbing ladders and figuring out how to get up there. And then I get up there and I got more. And then I fight this giant, and I don't want to spoil things, but I fought this gigantic thing. And it was just, not that Cyberpunk is by no means bad. It's just like it's just the volume's been turned up a little. It's just a little bit extra, right? Like it's really good. It's really good in a way that I didn't expect. And Idris Elba didn't even shown up yet.
Oh,
yeah, because this sounds like, whereas Cyberpunk was, at least for me, story. This sounds like it's adventure.
I like
the story's still good. Like there's a lot of it too. Like the story is, and Dev has already said this, but I'll echo it. The way that I'm playing it, like I didn't reboot my save and just go to Phantom Liberty and it kind of exists as its own thing. I'm literally playing it in conjunction with my playthrough of the game. And be doing that, it feels like it's just a part of the game. It doesn't feel like I want to say like one of Horizon's DLCs or like one of those extra add-ons where you go, like you do go to a different place, but like I'm not experiencing it that way. It feels like just
it's not like on a special episode of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, exactly. No, it feels right at home, and I think this will make ending Cyberpunk that much better. Like it really adds a lot to the gameplay. The game does. Like I'm really impressed that they did this much. Honestly, like I thought the expansion would be like a good story because I love Cyberpunk stories, so I thought we'd get more of that. But I honestly thought it'd be like the Pan Am missions. Like somebody would get taken, you go kill some people and rescue them, and maybe fight on a car and come back, and you wrap up this little arc that you did. It's anything but that. They're like, oh no, it's its own fucking game. It's like Cyberpunk 1.5. Like it's its own separate thing, but within this like expanding universe, and it's just is really good. It's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, CD Projekt Red's really good with that. Their expansions are usually very expansive and
I never played The Witcher.
The Witcher is very good. Like all their expansions are very, very good.
I mean, I've played it, but I didn't get into it. I've never gotten into The Witcher.
Yeah, I'm super like interested in it. My plan is to finish Resident Evil, finish the DLC. I've been playing finally got around playing Dishonored 2 on the Steam Deck because I just never played it before, which is nice because I go and charge my car and then I can just Steam Deck it up, which is good. Sure. But then I know by then I'll probably get to Spider-Man. So I'm like, I'll bust out Spider-Man because I really want to spend time in Cyberpunk.
Spider-Man's going to be huge.
Yeah. But Spider-Man, I know that's one I'm just going to whip, no pun intended. Like, I'm just going to go through it, Whereas, like, I want to really, like, be immersed in Phantom Liberty.
Yeah, that's the thing with Cyberpunk. Not that not that I am by any means an authority on RPGs, but with Cyberpunk, like Skyrim, like Valhalla, I want to meet everybody. I want to read all the things. Like I'm really invested into the development and the characters and the little arcs and the side stories. That's where the good stuff is.
Yeah.
Like you don't just click through stuff and get on to the next combat. Like you're really missing the game, and it's like that's making it a worse experience. You gotta wrap yourself in the world. And that's where the game really starts to shine through.
And that's why I liked playing Cyberpunk because you guys know me. Everyone says I play games wrong because I just mainline. Like I don't do side quest stuff. I just I stick to the story. I just enjoy the story. But when I played Cyberpunk, I was like into all the side stuff and the little because it was like it really added to the overall story. So it wasn't like even the side quest still affected the main. It wasn't like its own fragmented.
And I feel like you're going to encounter characters that just you don't understand as much if you don't do it. But also if you're not doing the side stuff, you're not taking in like Night City. You're not allowing your V to become like a Cyberpunk V. You can mainline. The story is still great. Like you can mainline it, but I do think you're leaving a lot out there because the combat's good, but it's not like so satisfying that like you can just. I would never skip the dialogue. Like you don't want to skip the dialogue in a game like this. There are action games where I'm like, who cares? Shut up talking. Let's shoot stuff. This isn't that game. You don't want to do that here. You want the dialogue. The dialogue is the good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It really is like, you got to listen to the dialogue. It's well written. It is just like playing a movie. Like
I pulled
this is an immersive environment.
I stopped my katana run in Phantom Liberty. I'll tell you that. This dude started coming over and so I was like, I cannot katana these guys to death. Like I'm going to die out here. I pulled out my shotgun and started getting names. I was like, y'all done pulled me out of retirement. Fuck y'all. Y'all done fucked up.
Yeah.
I've about had enough of this.
Yeah. You fucking John Wick over here. You shot my dog. Sorry.
Guessing I'm back. But I'm glad that I did. I honestly was planning this whole year of not like putting Cyberpunk on my like game of the year list, and having played 3 hours of Phantom Liberty, I'm already like, that's probably a mistake, and I probably will, because it's like I said, I've been saying this whole time. This patch adds so much to the game, even without the expansion. It's the same game I played, but it's just so much better now that it feels like a new experience. And then with the expansion, now it is a completely new experience. And I had such a good time. I didn't even talk. I buried the lead. My wife was gone. My kids were gone. I haven't really played since Sunday. I haven't played anything since Sunday, but Sunday, I got to play, and I played this game for like 7 hours straight.
Damn,
Like I just sat down and started playing, and I looked up and it was dark outside. My kids came home and they're like,
That's awesome.
"What have you been done today?" And I'm like, just hanging around. I didn't do none of that. I just sat there and played Cyberpunk the whole time.
Nice indent on the sofa. Just like I ain't done shit today.
Yeah, I pulled out my recliner. I leaned back. I pulled out my controller, and I just sat here at my desk, just playing Cyberpunk, just having a ball. And it was funny because at the time, dude, they were yelling about something in the Discord, something about Xbox. There were like 400 messages. Devin was in there, like, I don't know, stoking Devin Xbox Wars. I don't know what was going on.
Yes.
But I walked in and I was like, I'm not reading all that. And I was like, what are y'all doing? Play some video games. Like, I've done nothing but play Cyberpunk this whole time. Y'all arguing about games. Go play Cyberpunk.
Donnie really did take it back to the old school with saying play some video games. He's like,
yeah.
Do you see the title right here? Do you see that?
It was an experience. I haven't had an experience like that in some time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long. I'm probably forgetting something, but I feel like Valhalla, I would just get lost in these 5, 7, 8, 9 hour play sessions because I just didn't want to stop. And it's not that I was trying to beat anything or anything like that. I just really enjoyed what I was doing. I just lost track of time, and I was doing that with Cyberpunk.
But those long game sessions, when they hit, it really is a good decompression. Like it's.
Oh yeah, and after the week that I had, it was
forever.
It was necessary, to be honest with you. After the week that I had, I really needed it. Similar
to you, with my daughter having her dance recently, my wife and her were at the rehearsal space or at the actual performance space for like hours. I'm talking like 6 hours. And so I was digging into. I had 2 good game sessions with Resident Evil, where it was just like from when they left to when they got home, or at least when it notified me, and I was like, oh shit, I better get up because they're coming home right now, and I haven't done a damn thing today. But I was in it. Like I was mastering the systems. I was just enjoying the storyline. So I'm glad you got that because hearing your stories recently, it's fucking exhausting, dude. Like the stuff you've been going through. I'm like,
and it was so nice to just turn it all off and forget it. And I had my rum going. I was just rumming and eating and cyberpunking it up. And I just literally just forgot what time it was, forgot like what day it was, forgot the time of day, forgot the daylight. It was just cozy. I was just cozy gaming. Dev, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Look what the cat drug in.
Hey,
we're talking. I just got done talking about Phantom Liberty.
Yeah,
it's a fucking great game.
It's epic. It's so good.
I'm so in. That's all I want to do is play Cyberpunk 2077.
Look at us coming together.
Everything. I know, who'd have thought.
Look at this.
Not me.
Look at us.
Not me.
You guys doing the fucking high five over the water.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's so good. It's so good.
I mean, I am trying to do everything that is available to do in that game because I just love existing in that world. The character development, the story, like everything is fantastic. Like
I'm not going to regurgitate everything I just said, but I got to ask because wanted to ask you this. It might be different that this is like your first real mainline playthrough. Phantom Liberty feels like it goes a bit harder. There's a lot more enemies and stuff coming. Yeah, like I had to stop the katana. The katana not getting me through Dogtown. I had to go back to my shotgun and just get Gears of War on some fools. I was like, y'all are pissing me off.
I've only gotten to the point where you can leave Dogtown, so I haven't gone back and done it. I just got to the point.
That's
where
when I stopped. I got up to that point, and that's where
world.
I saved, and I was like, I'll come back next time and pick up from here.
Yeah, so I didn't feel like the enemies were tough there at all, but I'm also like going really hard with pistols and bullseye, so everything is just a headshot. Like I'm like 2-shotting everybody, just two to the dome, or
maybe it's the katana. Because I was doing the katana and playing stealthy and stuff, and then that airplane and shit, and people are coming from. I was like, this is not working.
Then reality.
Oh, man. I was just picking them off.
They're from everywhere.
Rifle,
so I went back to Old Faithful. Just gnashed it up, man. Just got it going. Just like, okay, you're done. Get out of my face. I'm tired of you.
Do you use the quick hacks at all?
Yeah, sometimes not as much. I'm not more of like the Netrunner playthrough. I do sometimes. Usually when I'm doing stealth, but not like when I'm not when there's 13 people and they're from different angles and all that. No, I don't really do that.
When there's 13 people, you use contagion and take out a whole group.
you know me, I'm more of the Doom guy. I'm like, fuck y'all. I'm going to go kick you in the face.
Go in.
Yeah.
I don't need to hide. I don't need to play tricks. You're going to see me coming. You're going to rue the day you ever thought you were coming this way.
So do you rock the Sandevistan then? Because I've watched some Sandevistan gameplay. I'm like, oh my God, that is just
a little bit.
That is way too much fun. Just
I need to
pause
get arms.
time, unload a clip, run around, unload
arms.
another clip, throw a grenade, shoot it, and then just watch.
Yes.
mayhem.
I do a lot of that.
I shoot grenades out the air when people throw them at me. I pull up the pistol. And
I might have to go Phantom Liberty over Spider-Man then, because you
don't change your plans for us. It'll be there. It'll be there when you get there.
This is a compliment to the dialogue. Like,
it's so good.
It is.
It's so good,
dude. Spider-Man is like not even. I don't even have it pre-ordered yet. I'm like, I'll get to that when I get to it. This Cyberpunk is just way too good for me. This is where I'm gonna live for quite some time.
If this lands, I'm speaking purely from first impression, so my opinions may change. Like I remain open to changing my mind. But this first impression session that I had with Phantom Liberty is the most fun I've had playing a video game this year.
Yeah,
I second that.
Like those 7 hours were the best 7 hours I've played a game all year long. I was like, holy, if this does this the whole way, tough to beat.
Yeah.
Like,
and
this
everything
is one of the best
I've
things I've ever played. This is great.
Everything that I've read, everybody's like, Phantom Liberty is amazing, and I'm just like, Jesus,
it is.
Just the opening was incredible.
The opening,
to just the rest of how good the game is.
I was just telling them that
game is fixed
before you showed up. I loved the story, but I love the design and the mission structure and like the platforming. Like I was saying, like it's not the parkour isn't as good, but it feels this design of the mission is very akin to like a Dying Light, and you didn't get any of that really in Cyberpunk, the base game. You're not scaling floors and jumping from platforms and doing all these different stuff. Like it feels different and more elaborate and just better baked. And like I just never expected, based on this game and its release and its trouble and how many I never expected this expansion would do that. I thought this expansion would be more fetch quests, drive around, kill some guys, get something, solve a case, meet a new person. I was not ready for what they dropped in. I was like, oh shit, this feels like a new game story. Just because you're doing stuff you never did before.
And you still get all the extra fetch quests and meet the person here because there's a bunch of that.
Yeah, it's still Cyberpunk, but it's like,
we're
gonna do all this stuff you've never done before.
And it feels like it makes the story even more cohesive for the base game. Like it feels
See
like
what I was saying, guys?
Pulls everything in and ties it all together. Even nice and neat. Like everything that's going on with V just ties right into Phantom Liberty. Like it just feels like it almost feels like it was meant to be there.
Yeah,
it just fits. It all fits in perfectly. Even
I was just telling him, I think it's better that we're playing it as a part of a playthrough of the game than as a standalone. Absolutely. Just do that and just do it. It feels better as you weave it throughout the entire quest. I think it enhances everything. It's good. It's really good, guys. It's really good.
It's so good. Yeah, Spider-Man can fucking wait. I'm all in tune. Let's fucking go. I'm just playing Cyberpunk. Like I'm just gonna be here. Like to the point where I'm probably gonna rewatch Edge Runners. I'm looking for all of the Edge Runners stuff that's in the game. Like David's jacket is in the game, so I'm gonna go find that because that jacket is fresh. And just like the little different Easter eggs that they've put in for all of the Edge Runners characters and whatnot. So it just I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to reading all the comics and to go with it. Like I'm all about it. Cyberpunk.
That's gonna end up like me. He's gonna have statues soon.
Right.
I've actually looked at merch. I'm like, this is merch worthy. Like this can sit alongside all my Destiny stuff. Like this is a game that is actually merch worthy in my opinion. So I'm definitely going to be looking for some merch stuff. I have a steelbook already from when they were dirt cheap because everybody was so mad at how bad the game was broken on console and whatnot. But I'm definitely looking to find some
I have
merch.
the steelbook version.
$5.
I got it for like $10. I think I got the PC version for like $7. So I've paid like almost nothing for this game, and it is absolutely
and it's paid
worth
off.
$70.
It's
like
so
I would have
good.
paid $70 for it.
I would have paid more.
Yeah, two things on this. One, I've tried to watch Edge Runners like 2 to 3 times, and I keep getting pissed because every time I try to watch it, my family wants to. That's when they decide to have a conversation with me, where I'm I've been here all day.
Yep.
Like right now, I'm chilling. Now you want to talk to me? Because I asked you questions earlier, and then you were like, "Nah, I'm good," and now you're all in my face. Like, no, I got my chips or I got my ice cream. This is me time. So
That's
that
so
really
funny.
pisses me off. I'm just like, man, you guys are the goddamn
D
worst.
Life wants to know if anybody played Starfield or the new Forza yet, because
Nope.
nobody on this
No,
we're not here with
podcast
that.
has.
Are those mobile games?
Yeah, you know better. You know better.
No,
I
I
got
will
that's
say
why
this.
with Edge
that's
Runners.
why I fit in. I didn't play those games.
Hindsight's
Get your mess outta
2020, and this isn't by no means like a revolutionary take, but had this game launched in this way, this is undoubtedly the game of the year. Without
Oh,
question.
absolutely.
That was going to be
Without
my
question.
second point. I love how
It's like game
They-
of a generation good. Like
they
it's better
steer
than
shit
that.
in the
It's
right
Skyrim
direction.
good.
Bruh.
It is, yeah. Like this is a
I
game.
definitely am like, this is game of the decade right here. Like, I
Yeah,
want to
exactly. This is a game that you think about and you want to replay. And when they add the ray tracing and we get the next generation, you're going to play it again because you'll see how much better it can even be then. Yeah, this is that game. Like, they
Yeah.
crushed it.
I don't know if it was you
Absolutely
guys or
crushed it.
someone else who had said like you'll get to the point where you're going to be playing like because like Skyrim's on everything. You'll be playing Cyberpunk like on your dishwasher, and I was like, yeah,
Can't
play
wait.
it there too. I'll play it
Dude,
there too.
Switch 2 version? Sign me up. I'm buying it again.
Yeah,
Sounds awesome.
I keep looking
I
at it
can't
on the
sully
Steam
it
Deck,
on the
and I'm like,
Switch.
should I just pick it up there too? Like, I feel like I need it in place.
Dude, I've bought so many damn copies of this game. See, unlike Dev, Dev did smart. I bought like 7 copies of this game because I got Stadia. Because honestly, that was the best way to play it at first.
Right? Yes.
Then when I got my PC, I got it on Epic and could never get it going. And then somebody was like, "Oh, it's because you bought the Epic version. It's terrible. Get it on GOG." Got it on GOG. It's the same. It done nothing. It was the same damn thing. And then, but I got it on GOG thinking I'd get my refund from Epic, but Epic wasn't doing the refunds because they were like, "No, we're not doing it. Take it up with CD Projekt Red." And I filed with them, and they're supposed to get back to me, and they never got back to me. And then for the expansion, what did I do? Bought the motherfucker on Steam because I want it on my Steam profile. I want the icon on my Steam profile. And I was like, I'm doing the expansion on Steam. The hell with it. I'm gonna get it again because I got the game. I was like, what? I got it on CD keys for like $14, and the expansion is like what, $20-$30. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it on Steam. The hell with it. I don't want to
That's so
do this
funny
Epic
'cause
no more.
I have it on GOG, but I just run it in Steam. So I don't even run it in GOG.
Nice.
Launch it in Steam and it works just great. Because yeah, in GOG it'll give me the prompts for the PlayStation controller, but the sensitivity is all out of whack. But if you run it in Steam, it works
It's
just
better
fine.
because it's
Okay.
Steam's better. Like they just have
It
more
just
things
doesn't-
ironed out.
It's just stupid. Like,
Well,
but
I'm doing
had
it
no
for
idea
dumb
that
reasons.
GOG
On my profile, I've got the game shelf, so you have your favorite games,
Mhm.
and you can put anything in there, but you have to buy them on Steam, or they don't show up. You can't add a game to Steam and then put it in that shelf. It has to be something tied to your Steam account.
I don't
And
even
I was
know
like,
that
well,
there's a game shelf.
I was like, I want
There's-
Cyberpunk to be on my profile that nobody ever looks at. It's important.
Yeah, I
to me.
was
It
gonna
means
say
a
I
lot.
didn't even know
It's
there
a
were profiles. I don't.
It means
I
a
don't
lot
look
to
at
me.
that stuff
You're
at all.
bad.
Yeah.
I had no idea that GOG is actually CD Projekt's store. Like that is
Yeah.
their own store.
Is it
and I
really?
had no idea. Yeah, I always wondered why when you bought the PC game, it gave you a GOG code. I'm
Because
like,
they were
who gives
starting
you a
their whole
GOG code? What
anti-DRM
kind of
thing.
nonsense?
Like that was their big thing, is that they wanted people to have, which is funny because then they have the Red launcher. Which is like its own thing. But yeah,
PC
I'm
gaming
loving
is a
it.
mess.
I'm loving it. But I do want to tangent a little bit before we turn it to Delvin. Dev, I'm waging war against my Roku, man. Like I'm done with it. I think we're splitting up.
Why?
All right. So I'm gonna make a long story short, but my bedroom TV, just like my old Nano Cell, like my original OG Nano Cell, got lines going through it. I was like, I need a new TV. My TV in my living room, my big Roku 5 series, whatever the hell, the cool one.
Yeah.
I'm just done with it. Like I hate using it. It's so slow. I have a Roku 3 that's faster than it. Like what the Roku on the TV device is just
Oh yeah, those
ancient.
are awful. Those are
It's
awful. Yeah,
ancient. And I'm like, God, this sucks. And here's the thing. You can program it to start on devices, but I can't program it to start on a Roku box because the controllers, the remotes aren't compatible. You have the Roku TV remote and you have the other Roku remote, and you can't pair them against each other.
And they don't talk to each other.
They don't talk to each other. And I'm like, I hate this. So I have been using my PlayStation 4, which is not like a solution. It's just a better solution because it also
just
is
slightly faster.
It's slightly faster.
Slightly faster.
So I came up with this idea in my mind. I bought an NVIDIA
The
Shield
Shield?
TV.
Okay.
I bought that, but that was literally I bought that because it was a cool deal, and I just always wanted to mess with one. But I did think, I was like, well, this would be 1,000 times better. But what I did is I bought a new TV. It's not super big. It's not even like all that good. It's a cheap television. It's 55 inches. to put in my living room, to put that Roku TV like in my bedroom, because I never use the bedroom TV. I'm like, just get rid of it. Just, I hate this. I don't want to see it anymore. You ever hate using the interface so much? Like, I don't even want to own this television anymore. Like, the interface is so beneath me. I hate this slow piece of junk. So I bought this new one, and then I got the Android TV, the Shield TV, which is super fast. I did set it up today. But what I didn't know is all these YouTubers that I saw talking about how great the Shield TV is and running all these games and stuff are hacking that mother. You got to side load everything on it. Nothing comes out of the box like that. So tomorrow and this weekend, I'll be messing around with that. But out of the box, awesome. All my apps are there. It's a lot like a Google TV, like Chromecast. Yeah,
I love
faster. It's stronger. It's faster.
Man, the new Chromecast, I absolutely love. I absolutely love that device. It's quick. It's fast. It puts all the Roku stuff to shame.
It does. Yep.
To shame.
Yep.
Chromecast is it's a gorgeous little piece.
And I was gonna get because my Chromecast broke. The kids dropped it and they stopped working. I was gonna get another one, but I've been looking at this Android Shield and like they're starting to come down in prices because they're getting a little old now. But the emulation on these things are, well, one, you can sideload like basically anything that runs on Android on it. So I can put all the Grand Theft Autos and the X Pains and all that shit on there. It's gonna be fun. And then two, all the ROMs can run all that, all the Super Nintendo and PSP and PlayStation. So I'm going to do all that too. And then having all of my apps and everything. It's just a cool little box. What I wasn't expecting is how small it is. It's really small. It's like maybe 2 Roku remotes together. Like it's really small. Like you could put it in a pocket. It's tiny. Yeah, it's tiny. Like I was expecting like a PlayStation 2 Slim kind of device. And it's like half that. Yeah. It's smaller than like a Walkman CD player. Like it is tiny. It's like a little
Apple TV.
It's thin though, but it's like this. The Apple TV is much heavier in weight. Like you can't pocket an Apple TV. You can slip this into any pocket. Like this is a pretty sweet little.
It's like the what was that? What was it? Was it the PSP TV or whatever it was called?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's way more like that. The Vita TV.
The Vita. Yes.
So, except that it's powerful, except it does cool stuff.
Good. It doesn't have a shitty interface.
But I can put Game Pass on it. I can do GeForce Now on it. I can run Android games on it. I can run ROM. So it's like a really neat little all-in-one travel console, kind of. So I'm going to mess with that this weekend. And that's it. That's all I have to say. Sorry, Delvin.
Very nice. Very nice.
You're fine, brother.
Forgot Delvin was here.
We do that. Yeah. Is Delvin low for anybody or is it just me?
Y'all can hear me clearly, right?
I can hear you. Low. You could turn up a little, but you're good. I can hear you.
Yeah. You're a little low, a little muffled.
I don't know why. Whatever. I'm playing a lot of games. You guys have went over everything y'all playing. I've played some video games as well this weekend, so it's been a good weekend overall. Let's see what I played. Played Tears of the Kingdom for 7 hours this week. I played that on Monday.
The hell of a lot better than Detective Pikachu.
No, I didn't play that this weekend.
What all that Pikachu talking? You didn't, man.
Right? You didn't play it. That's your game of the year.
Seriously.
I'm trying to beat Tears of the Kingdom first. I want to get that out the way so I can, get the Pikachu.
Not the way you were talking.
I think you played Detective Pikachu for 30 minutes and was like, "This ain't it."
This dude is to level.
He just doesn't want to admit that it's trash.
No, not at all.
It's trash.
I was I got lost in the depths just hanging out there. That was a lot of fun. Then I found the dragon and got some scales and shit like that. Upgraded my armor to the max. So I'm having a blast with it. It's still amazing game. I'm loving it. But I've been talking about this game for so long. It doesn't matter right now. I played RoboCop Rogue City. I played the
demo.
Yeah.
About that.
How terrible did it run?
It looked bowl and shoot ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But
nope.
It's actually a pretty decent game for the demo I played.
Cap.
Yeah. I've seen the demo. The demo looks like RoboCop. It looks like what you would expect.
What you expect from RoboCop? Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I never liked RoboCop to begin with.
Then you all like it.
Yeah, I was that kid.
The funny thing is, it's a Downy ass game, but it's not a Downy ass game. Like
I thought RoboCop was mid, and then he came into WCW and made it even worse. And I was like, I do not get why people think this is good. Like this is
RoboCop was a WCW.
For some he was a character. He did tag team. Yeah,
was he really?
He saved Sting. That's what happened.
How? He moves so slow. How was he saving anyone?
He just came out and just murdered Macho Man. He just shot.
Yeah. He moved slowly because, see, they put Sting in a cage and they said, who will save Sting? And here comes RoboCop, and he ripped the cage open, and Sting said, "Thank you, RoboCop," and that was it. That's all he did.
And this sounds like a pile of lies.
This is why WCW was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this isn't why, but it's the first indicator.
One of the reasons. They also had
Wheelchair
effect.
wrestling.
They
It
also
got
had
way
effect-
worse. There was a Viagra on a pole match, Dev.
Yeah. If I remember correctly,
Somebody,
the faction-
could you send me a YouTube link on this? Because
Oh, we can send you some WCW
guys are
stuff,
straight
for
up
sure.
lying to me right now. Like this does not sound real.
there also was a group of people they fought called the Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah.
One of them was Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you everything you need to know.
I said,
I mean,
Delvin, did you see my video about Dark Side Hogan? Do you remember
Yes,
that?
I did. That was horrible.
Have you guys ever seen Dark Side Hogan?
No.
It's like a villain from Buffy.
Trust
Hulk
me,
Hogan. He got a mask and all kinds of
that brother doesn't like anything dark.
It's as funny as you could think. It's as funny as you could imagine.
That's true.
Funny in a
There you go.
terrible way. Like, and this is
Especially not
awful.
with his daughter.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely don't like anything dark with his daughter. Look here, brother. Get your ass away from my daughter, Brooke. I hate Hulk Hogan. Fuck him.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Piece of shit.
The worst wrestler, literally. I hate that he's so iconic and famous and associated with. He's so terrible.
I am so happy.
He's so terrible. He's so not Ric Flair, not Shawn Michaels, not Steamboat.
Yeah.
He's so not good. It drives me nuts that when people think of wrestling, that's who they
I
think
am
of.
so
I hate
happy.
it so much.
that WWE has finally said, we're not going to acknowledge Hulk Hogan as like the greatest. They're just like, fuck it. We're going to just call John Cena the greatest and call it a day. Like, this is our GOAT and fuck it.
I hated him before he was racist, Kyle. Delvin knows that.
That is true.
I mean,
That was just
his
cherry on
special
top. Like
move
I
was the leg drop. Like
he was. He's
how
that's
lame.
the thing. You just watch him wrestle, and you're like, what is it?
It's slow. It's
we don't have to do this.
boring.
I've done this before. We're gonna get on a tangent, but like his whole career, like when I was 6, I was like, why does everyone root for this guy?
Because he's American. Because he's a real American.
So was Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
And he wrestled. Like he actually
More people
wrestled.
should like Hacksaw Jim Duggan because he just
They
walked around and
should.
Ho!
Yeah.
Ho!
With this
Who doesn't like
two-black
Ho?
dudes.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's great.
Piper
Just-
crushes Hogan.
Sure
In-
does.
Every sense of the word. They're not even comparable. It's like he's almost amateurish.
He was
Is
just
that-
the white
that
dude
really-
with
that really
blonde
was
He was
hair.
just
Giant.
big. He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
just big. He was just
So was
steroided
Andre the
up and
Giant.
big. And he jumped on the NWO coattails. They would have been just as popular without him.
Smart
It was
move.
a smart move. Yeah, I'll give him that. As a businessman, yeah, good guy for that. Like he knows how to play those backstage politics, but like he's just not very good.
NWO was way cooler without Hogan.
One of the funniest things I love about Hogan right now.
It was supposed
that
to be
is-
Sting. Do you know that?
was, that would have been good.
Before he joined Wolfpack? Because wasn't
No,
Sting
no,
in
no.
Wolfpack?
The
Sting was
original
the third man for the Sting.
Eric Bischoff wanted Sting to be the guy. They offered it Hogan. Hogan didn't want to turn heel. They wanted to be Sting, and Sting was going to be it. But then, as all the little promos leading up to the pay-per-view, and Hogan started seeing how everybody started to get really behind the
He was
outsiders,
like,
he took the spot because he knew that was good for business. He was like, "That's where you want to be. That's
Yes.
the place."
So
Very
Hogan
smart.
I
ruined
gotta say
something
something.
else.
I
Thanks a
gotta say
lot.
something real quick.
His whole career is just that. That's all he does.
Are we about to go into about 45 minutes of talking about fucking wrestling right now?
Absolutely
Yes.
not. We're done. We're
One-
done
one
with
of my
wrestling right
favorite
now.
things-
Hold
We're
on.
done.
nah. One of my favorite things that Hogan does is he lies about everything now, like to an extreme, ridiculous degree. Like he'll say, "Yeah, brother, I was at 9/11 and I was pulling people out of the building," and the Hulk will be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You were not there." He just makes up absurd lies now
Yeah.
on the internet, and people just believe it.
He's more like Tiger King than wrestling hero.
Yes, he just starts lying about everything now, stuff that you can like easily
It's more like
Google.
it's more like myth. He's more mythological than actual,
Yes.
entertaining performer.
Yeah, he's a liar. He's a compulsive liar.
But let's move on.
Fuck.
All right, we're done. We're done with the wrestling. Let's move along.
Yes.
You guys can't be bringing up Hogan. Like this will get me every time. I fucking hate this guy. You don't
What?
understand the hatred that I've had from him from a very young age.
Oh, we understand.
It was like me with the Wii U. I'm just trying to explain, like, why won't you people listen to me?
Well, you were right about one or two of those things. One out of two, you were right on.
I was right about
So you
both of
played
them.
RoboCop. What'd you play it on?
Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Not
Why?
playing anything. Why else?
Why?
Why not?
Did you play it on Steam Deck, but then try to put it on your TV at the same
Of
time?
course, I did everything.
Plug it in.
That's what, plug it in, plug it in. That's what I did.
Someone get this man some help. Somebody find a
No.
sponsorship for a real computer to send this man, please, so we can
No.
stop playing on this trash device called the Steam Deck.
You're just
I
lucky
need
you
to have
didn't
better
try to put it on
experiences.
the Vio.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The
Yeah. That's not a bad
Vio that
option.
he doesn't know the password to.
Somebody send this man a ROG Ally so he can experience an actual
That's
computer
it.
experience.
There it
Please,
is.
something.
Oh,
Please.
I have a story about that.
About the Ally?
Look, yes,
Do you?
Do
So-
tell.
I was in Best Buy
Mm-hmm.
and I saw one,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to buy one. I said, you know what? I'll just buy one and give my son the Steam Deck.
That sounds like a great plan.
So I called the people over, like, hey, can I get this? Can y'all have any in the back? Okay, sure. Be right with you. I'm sitting there for 20 minutes. No one comes up. Somebody else comes over. I'm like, hey, can somebody help me with this? Oh yeah, we'll be right there. We'll be right there. Sitting there for 10 more minutes. I said, fuck this. I'm not gonna wait no more. I'll just
I
order it
told you I
online.
didn't understand why you went.
Oh, you ordered
why
online.
you
Okay.
Walk into Best Buy.
I'm gonna get, because it was Saturday. You know, my daughter's birthday was this week. We were just hanging out. I wasn't planning on getting an ally. So let me tell you what happened then. I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'll order it on Best Buy online. I went on Best Buy online because we walked like next door to the Target because my daughter wanted to go to the Target. I'm on Best Buy online. I put it in my cart. I pressed order. The order didn't go through. I got a text message from my credit card company saying, hey, are you authorizing this purchase? I'm like, yes. Like, okay, you know, the fraud detection.
Yeah.
So I click yes. I go back in the app to reorder it, and the fucking website crashed. I said, this is the Lord telling me not to
Damn,
buy
it
this
is
thing.
telling you,
Like,
nah, man.
I think
I
it's
tried
just
to-
the
Don't do
state
this.
of Best Buy more than anything else.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is God telling me not to buy this thing at this point because I tried to buy it 3 times in a row, and something happened to stop it each time. And it was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just wait and buy it when the time's right. So
Yeah.
I didn't end up getting it, but I tried to buy it 3 times, and I think I still might do that. Just buy one
As
and
you
give my
should.
son the Steam Deck.
As
I
you
think-
should, because you need a better experience, sir.
I mean, I'm a fan, but I'm not going to tell you it's better or worse than your Steam Deck, but I like mine a lot.
When I was in Best
I'm
Buy,
surprised somebody at Best Buy didn't tell you not to buy it. more than
No,
anything else.
they wouldn't even fucking help me. I guess I don't know what
That
happened.
was their way of telling him not to buy it. We're
Yeah.
not getting this with this guy.
We're not selling
I
this.
guess they just looked at me like he's poor. He's not buying that.
Yeah.
Little
They're
did Delvin
yeah,
know he
doesn't
wasn't
have to pay
actually
for it.
in Best Buy. It was something else.
Chuck E. Cheese,
It wasn't actually Best Buy. It was
Chinese wings and more.
like goodbye.
Much more rice.
Shoney's.
Bucket of rice.
Which I love some Shoney's.
What the hell is Shoney's?
Never heard of Shoney's? Oh yeah, that's the South thing.
I heard of
it's a
Chonies.
Shoney's is a buffet,
Buffet.
like a Golden Corral, but not like a Golden Corral at all.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound appealing at all.
I mean, it's a
but it is.
buffet, and I think in modern times people think buffets are terrible and germs and all that, but I still love to get down at a buffet when given
Yeah.
the opportunity.
Looks like a cafeteria, like a school cafeteria.
Yeah, and the sad part is Shoney's used to be
Making
more
it worse.
around. It used to be a big chain,
It
but
did-
now they're like almost extinct. But the one that I think it's still there, but I gotta admit I've been there a couple years, is every time I drove the family, if we went through Alabama on the way to like Louisiana, if we're going to Texas or anything, there's a Shoney's on the way. And we always stopped.
I
Like
think that's the
every
one that Scott
single
Steiner
time we
owns.
stopped. No,
Wait
I've
a-
been to that. And that's a shit show. That doesn't deserve to be even called
Okay.
Shoney's. I went to his because my daughter went to camp nearby. And I was like, I gotta stop and see this fat bastard's tub of lard Shoney's. and I walked in and it literally was like fried chicken and mashed, like it, to call it a Shoney's was a disservice. It was disrespectful to the Shoney's name.
and that's bad because Shoney's is like
It was like a soul food buffet. It wasn't even Shoney's.
That was crazy.
Shoney's had it was like Ruby Tuesday salad bar with like Golden Corral's like lunch bar, but the thing that Shoney's really got down with was breakfast. Shoney's had an excellent fucking breakfast buffet. Waffles, bacon, hash browns, eggs, a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different things, omelet bar, like the whole thing.
That is correct.
Yeah. You can do
Shoney's
whatever
was
you
good
want.
for his time, but now you go to Shoney's.
Yeah, it's pretty defunct now. Probably done.
But
It's
the
maybe like
only
3 or 4.
buffet that I truly miss and wish was still around because it didn't survive COVID. I don't know if they had it out by you guys. Was the soup plantation?
I was just thinking, like,
I'm
everything
not
you're
g-
telling me sounds
soup-
like Soup Plantation.
Soup plant.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
I'm not
soup
going to no
That's
plantation
place called
racist
Sam
as
Place.
fuck.
Nope, no, thank you. You motherfuckers go to the plantation. I will not be there. No, thank you.
The funny thing
Absolutely not.
is, Shoney's was just Soup Plantation with a different name.
Well,
Well, that makes it better then.
Yeah, that makes it absolutely better. Don't
Did
tell me to
Soup
go to the
Plantation have the breakfast buffet?
They would do a breakfast
Yeah,
buffet.
Because it's called Soup Plantation.
Yeah,
I would
You
expect
didn't go
them to
there
have
and
a
get no
buffet
more-
of
Yeah, because it was
soups.
primarily like soups, pastas.
But they had
and-
everything else. It
Yeah,
was
but
just
they didn't do like
a
the
buffet.
chicken and stuff like that or mashed potatoes
Yeah.
because I think what is it like?
Shoney's lunch
West Coast
menu, if I can remember,
Plantation.
would have like they'd have the salad bar, they'd have like baked chicken,
Meatloaf.
spaghetti, lasagna, fried chicken, meatloaf, vegetables, mashed potatoes. They have like a dessert bar,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
No, this
Jell-O.
was like salads,
Jello.
and then pasta, and then like the baked goods or like some type of pizza or focaccia,
Mhm.
and then the desserts. But
Yeah,
I
Shoney's
think
had
on
more
yours
like
area, it
prepared
was-
meals. That's just kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just stuff you grab off and take. It wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is different.
No,
but I think
Shoney's
that by
had
you guys, it might have been
plates.
like sweet tomatoes or something like that.
Never heard of that one.
I've
It's
heard
kind of
sweet
like how you
tomatoes.
know those Carls out here and Hardee's over there,
Oh, okay.
but they're like the same fucking thing.
Sweet
I used
tomatoes
to get
is pretty
down on
good.
the buffets, man. I like that quite a bit.
Not going to Soup Plantation. Absolutely not. That's one place you won't see Delvin at. Fucking Soup Plantation. Nope.
That was where you just tried to buy your ally. Stop lying.
Nope. If we wasn't on PSVG, I wouldn't say what I was going to say. The other thing I was going to say, but I'm not. If this was Cadillac on boards, I'd say something
Different
way
story.
different. Like,
Save that
Yeah.
for the experience.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Which
I
also
would-
this guy's trying to. I don't think you try to be sweet up here, trying to call it Cadillacs on Mars, man.
oh, you finally
It's
saw
one
notice
fucking
that now?
Cadillac. It's
I
one
saw that a
fucking
while. I
Cadillac.
saw it a while ago.
I did it
I've
just
been
to bother you.
been watching.
Just to annoy you.
I saw it.
And then talking some goddamn Soup Plantation. No, absolutely not.
Don't disrespect.
No, that's not a place I'll be going to. In my head,
I mean, you
I'm
can't
seeing
go
this
to it because
place-
it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
Well,
It's
yeah,
done.
a lot of plantations don't exist anymore. There's a reason for that.
No, a lot of plantations still exist. That's the problem.
Deb's got a point.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to go to any of those places. None. Absolutely not. They might think I'm the help and not the hired help. Either.
You're not?
No,
He'd rather be in the sunken place.
no, not in that either.
Also known as Miami.
Damn.
Touche.
Orlando.
That is accurate.
Touche.
That is accurate.
Well, that's fun.
So you played games. You played RoboCop, and it looked like an old bowling shoe, and probably
Yes, it
ran
did.
just as bad. What else did you play?
Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm surprised I'm the only person who played it.
Yeah, I'm not playing anytime
I
soon.
ain't got no time for that.
It's what they advertised. It's
Sure.
an old school to the T. Even the whole I'm pressing the run button. I'm trying to run up one wall. I run up the other wall. Like, yep. This is what I remember.
Bugs and all.
Yeah, this is what I remember about the game.
Go forward. Leaps left. What the?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Tumbling all over the place when you
Yeah,
were trying to tumble.
This is what I remember about those classic games. I kind of dig it. I think kind of going back to that formula, the kind of formulaic old school Assassin's. It's crazy saying old school Assassin's Creed, but I missed it.
Is it really that crazy when you think about how long ago Assassin's
Been a while.
Creed came out?
Yeah, but
That's
I
2 generations ago.
yeah,
Unity?
yeah.
Not even you just think about
Syndicate?
Assassin's Creed. Yeah, those PS3 games.
No.
I'm talking about Assassin's Creed. Like you saying,
Well, no,
old
that
school
no,
Assassin's
that I
Creed.
know. Yeah, but I mean, like, there have been more
Yeah.
modern entries.
Yeah, when they stopped that formula, it's been a
Origins.
while now.
It's just a trilogy. It was Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
Yeah, but that formula, I think it's still. It feels fun to get back.
Unless you count like Black Flag is not that. I think most people would, but if
Yeah,
you
I think Black
wouldn't,
Flag still
if
fits.
that's still like open world,
It's a different part of the formula. It's still that same formula of, hey,
Yeah, I
you gotta
think it's
play
still that same formula.
2 hours of this.
There's a different.
Intro.
There's Assassin's Creed games and there's Assassin's Creed Witcher likes.
Yes.
And the Witcher likes are Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Everything else to me is Assassin's Creed game. From Assassin's Creed 1 to Syndicate is all the same thing. They're just bigger and grander, but it's all the same.
Assassin's Creed Stealth, Assassin's Creed RPG.
Yeah,
yes,
pretty much. That's a good way of putting it.
And I think it's pretty cool because even going back to the whole thing where, hey, you're not an assassin yet. You have to earn your way up to it and play through this long tutorial. Like, yeah, this is the Assassin's Creed I remember very well. And it's just kind of fun to get back into it.
Yeah, it definitely speaks to me. I'm just not going to play it anytime soon, if at all, because Cyberpunk and Spider-Man.
I will say this. I feel like this is a good companion game for me to play with Tears of the Kingdom. Because it's like what, it's supposed to be like 15 hours. So I can play that for like an hour and then knock out some Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that and just keep going back and forth with those two games. I feel like it's more manageable.
So what we're saying is Detective Pikachu just doesn't make the cut because it's garbage.
It's very bad.
It will.
Yeah,
I love how you hate on Daniel for mobile games and you're over here fucking playing Detective Pikachu.
Goddamn right, because Daniel
For
sucks.
shame.
Goddamn right. Yeah, Daniel sucks. That's all. That's all to it. I hate on Daniel for spite.
I'm very interested in hearing what you think of the story because I will correct myself from last week. The couple of reviews that I saw previewed the story and they just didn't make it sound all that appealing. And I have since seen some spoiler stuff on the story, and the story definitely seems to go more like Valhalla and Basim should go, which I was like, okay, at least they didn't just squander it. I don't know about the direction. That remains to be seen, whether or not I like the direction they're taking off of what I saw. Probably not.
I like the intro
but
so far of it.
You don't know as much about Basim, right?
Correct.
So I'm very interested in seeing what you think of. Like, I think our opinions, because I've played Valhalla and you didn't, I think our opinions could be very different.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun to talk about.
The beginning of it kind of reminds me of like Aladdin a little bit, in terms of like
Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, yeah.
He's kind of a street rat type dude. Like, hey, we have to steal to make money to survive, and all these people depending on us. Like, hey, we got to kind of hustle to make it. And I think it's kind of cool. So far in the intro, I know the whole thing's going to change up once you become an assassin and stuff, but the beginning of it, I kind of
hidden one.
Yes.
There was a great review tagline that I read last week after our show. I don't remember. I wanted to say maybe Game Ran or something, but I was just scrolling through on the Reddit and I saw it and somebody posted it. And it was like, Assassin's Creed Mirage reminds us why we stopped liking Assassin's Creed in the first place. It's like, God
damn. That's hard.
It's very interesting because
it seems that's so weird because that's
what it
seems like exactly what everybody's been asking for.
It is. Yes. It is exactly what everybody said they wanted. And now that they've gotten it, personally, I've seen almost nothing but I don't like this. I wish it went back. I want this to be the other way. Like, I've seen a lot of pushback on this game. Not just design-wise, I've seen a lot of that, but also like with the game itself, with either the path they've taken with Basim or the combat or the way the game is running. Like, I've seen a lot of there's a lot of things that are being said about this game, like online, and the majority of them that I've seen have not been particularly splendid, which makes me think I'll love it. Because there's a lot of people hate Valhalla too. So,
why not just do both?
That's the thing. They are doing both. Like,
yeah, just do both.
They're doing both. This just happens to be, you want the stealth one, we've got one for you. You want the big RPG, that's coming as well.
Well, honestly,
I just want to hate on Assassin's Creed. I think that's
of course.
It's Far Cry. We're just
when you get so popular, you're bound to have this. I'm seeing more of this with this game than I have in years past with other games. But I don't think this is they're doing both. I mean, it is on face value, but remember, this was playing DLC for Valhalla. And I think this just came down to money. I think they were like, if we release it as an expansion, we can't release it at the price we want to release it at. And I think they decided to spin it off. And I think it's good on them. Because whether it sells as well as the other titles or not, I think they'll make more money off of it than it being expansion. I think they realized they couldn't take a couple years off and then release another expansion for Valhalla and still keep people coming back, I think, especially with it being so different. But it is Valhalla's engine. Like, so all of the mechanics and things that you know from Valhalla are here.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's being lost because of the time. But this was meant to be an expansion that was probably delayed and retooled and expanded upon probably. But in so many ways, this is just kind of like the Bassam expansion for Valhalla.
I think it though. I like that they're doing it. I think they should do more stuff like this. You know, I like the smaller game experiences and stuff like that. To complement it.
I would like to see them do more.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see how. I'm still very interested to see how it sells like a year from now. I want to see overall. Do people come back? Like, will people support it? Because I think Ubisoft's scared if they don't release a 100-hour game that people won't buy it. And I honestly am rooting for it. I want to see it succeed.
Yeah.
It's just not succeeding for me because I have so many other things to play. I will play it eventually.
My question is, will the production cost for it make up for it being a shorter game?
It's been in production for a while. It's a smaller team, but I mean, this game's been in development for 3 years.
Yeah, it's $50
in some shape or another.
And how much would they charge for the expansion of it? Because it's $50 for the game.
They charged with $40 for Ragnarok, and Ragnarok was like 7 times this game.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I think that's the thing. And I haven't really heard many people talk about that, and that's just my take on the situation. I could be completely fucking wrong, but my take on the situation was they probably felt like they sold Ragnarok at a discount. They could have probably sold Ragnarok as its own standalone thing. And I kind of feel like this is their makeup. Because Ubisoft's financials haven't been like stellar either. And throughout all this pandemic, everybody's making all these money. Ubisoft's just, they did well, but like just above normal. They weren't like crushing it like everybody else was. And I kind of feel like this is like a make good. Like they're like, let's get a little bit more for this than we can. Like I think they were making an expansion to be a stealth focused expansion of Valhalla, and somewhere an executive was like, wait a second. We put a little bit more into this. We can sell it as its own thing.
I'm personally fine with that, by the way. I don't have a problem with that at all. Like, you know, sometimes you just got to pay. It's not too much of a price. It's only like $50.
Yeah. It's a lot more like a Rogue or like a Freedom Cry than it like its own game. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like personally from what I played, it's a $50 experience. I'm not tripping off.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I think that's, I have no problems with the price. I just wonder mass appeal if people stick with it. We'll talk about it in the news.
Well, shoot, you already said it. Let's get to the news then.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. I got a very fitting talk for us tonight. And that'll kick us off into our news. It's very PlayStation heavy tonight. The PlayStation 5 Slim has been finally unveiled. Justice
has it?
For insider gaining and Tom Henderson. You can finally, because there are a lot of people who are like, I think you got this one wrong. Where is it? It's running out of time. And here it is. It shows up. It's a thing. He's proven to be right on both it and the Portal. He's got it.
Yeah.
So once the inventory of the current PS5 model sells out, that's it. The new PS5 will become the new model available. The new PS5 is reduced in volume by more than 30% and weight by 18 and 24% based on the model you have. So we talked about this ad nauseum, but just to recap, they will have a disc model and a discless model. And the feature with this one is that if you buy the digital version, you can buy the disc drive as an add-on separately at any point that you want, and it will be $80. So the PS5 with the disc drive is $500. The digital console is seeing a price increase to $449.99, and it'll come with 1 terabyte of storage instead of the 850 or whatever it was with a weird number that it was before.
Yes.
It comes with a horizontal stand only in the box, both of them.
It's not even a horizontal stand.
It's like a clip.
Kickstand.
Yeah,
it's not even
like a clip.
It's a little kickstand.
It's just a little thing.
Flip out. Yeah.
It's like
so no stand at all. There's no stand.
So if you want to stand it vertically, you can buy the vertical stand, which I think looks dope. It's like a steel ring and it sits down to stand your PlayStation upright. Yep. It's $30 extra. They are charging you for the right of standing up your PlayStation 5. The craziest thing that I think about this is that like 90% of all the marketing they've shown for this fucking console is of it vertically.
Yeah.
They have like 1 photo of it horizontal. Every time they show this console, like even on the box, it seems it's like the new PlayStation 5, and it's like in the fine print, vertical stand sold separately. Like they
That
are
is so
charging
wild.
you for the luxury of standing up your console.
Well, that's all
And
I've
that
seen.
stand
the
is
vertical.
universal,
I didn't even
too.
know there was a horizontal like way to do it. So then I was like, oh, so this is it, just vertical. So this is like the first I'm hearing it can go the other way.
It's wild that they're selling the stand. Like
Yes.
I didn't believe it when Dev said, because I didn't read the blog. I'm not reading the fucking blog post.
Sure.
And Dev was like, the stand's extra. I'm like, wait a minute. It's not in the box? He's like, no.
Nope.
I'm like, God damn, Jim
But
Ryan.
that is
He
very
did it again.
PlayStation-y. That is their move.
They
It's
can't
their
keep getting
position.
away with it.
Because like even when they showed the PS4, like there was a vertical stand for the PS4 that was sold separately. So they would show that thing in the stand that didn't come with it.
Yeah,
Like,
but was
it's-
people holding
it's a
that
Sony thing.
PS4 vertical?
My PS4 is vertical. It's been vertical
that's
since the
weird.
day I got it. And
Like the OG?
yeah,
It's not
Yeah.
meant to be vertical. That's weird, Dev.
there's a stand for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
bought
it's
the
not.
stand 'cause
They
I was
can be
like,
a stand. You can glue it to the ceiling too, but you shouldn't. Like it's
Yeah,
not
it looks-
supposed to be that way.
yes,
It's a horizontal
yes.
machine. It's meant to be
No,
flat.
no. It
Oh, we
does,
disagree
no, not at
hard
all.
on that. That's
Do you
ridiculous.
remember?
That's
this-
absurd.
This goes back to like the PS2. Remember, it came with like if you wanted to do it vertical, you had
Yeah,
to buy those other
the
it was like a
PS3.
flat- it went
Well, the
into
PS3 was
had
cool
that.
because it had the logo
Yeah, the
that you
little
could
flip.
change. You could
Mhm.
turn it to make it fit, which I was like, that's
Yeah.
neat.
I've been rocking my PlayStation's vertical since the PS3. Like,
Well, I think some
I've
of
always
them
had vertical.
work that way. Some models appear that way. The base PS4 doesn't.
PS4 did
That
too,
base-
because even in a lot
It
of the
looks
marketing,
incomplete. You're literally
the
looking at the
PS4
bottom of
was
the.
vertical.
But a vertical console should have sides, not bottoms. Like the PlayStation 4 legit has a bottom and a top. Clearly.
That is
Mhm.
true.
Yeah, you literally
Yeah,
are
I did
standing
that.
upside. It just looks wrong. You're like, why am I looking at the bottom
Looks
of the
great.
why isn't the bottom of the console on the ground?
Yeah, because it looks like
Why
something-
didn't you just
It's
set
always
it
looks
upside
great to
down?
me.
Mr. Trendsetter, just put it upside down. Put the top on the ground.
You can do that too.
Dev's like, I
Vertical,
do what the
baby,
fuck I want.
all day.
Uh,
I have a
Don't tempt
permit,
me.
so I do what I want.
I
PS4
can't believe they're doing
baby.
this. It'll be available in November at U.S. retailers and via PlayStation Direct. We've got some other news, but let's just talk about the consoles. What do you think? It is what the leak said it was. So we had this leak. We're talking about if it's fake or not. It's got the slit. It's got the 4 cover plates.
Yeah.
It's weird that the top cover plates are gloss, but the bottom cover plates are matte. Why?
Oh, boy.
To
I
what
think-
sense does that? What purpose does that serve at all?
None.
Yeah.
This looks
I-
stupid.
I don't know.
It just
I like the console overall.
See, but and for me, I'm like, it looks weird, like how thin it looks like it went on a serious like diet, but also
Yeah.
got a BBL. Like it's
Yeah.
just like bonk. It's like,
Hang on. So the disc model looks fucking terrible. Like if I was to buy one of these, I would buy the digital with no intention of ever like the disc. The plate is just so oblong and abstract. It just makes it look pregnant or something. It just sits out
that's
there.
what I'm
It just
saying, like
it's too much.
it destroys the aesthetic of it.
It does. It does. But the
it's not
digital
right.
model, the symmetry and the sleekness and stuff, I'm like,
I agree
that
with
looks
that.
nice. Like this looks like an improvement to me. I like the plates. I like the slit. I like it. I'm like, okay. I like the stand. Visually, I'm like, I'm into this. But everything else that they're doing with the stand as an add-on and the plates, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking picture.
It's not. But
Move along.
I get the
rinse and
joke.
repeat.
It's not.
It's the same shit to me. I see the same fucking console. Just this one
You
has a
got
line.
maybe you need to be like,
It's like
Del,
it got a
go get those
haircut.
eyes checked.
It got a haircut. They just went ahead and put the little lines on the side. That's
Yes.
what it was.
It's like they didn't go with the low fade; they went with the high fade.
Yeah, that's all.
That's about it.
I think we have yet to see pictures of them of the models legit side by side, right? I have yet to see base PS4 versus new PS4 or PS5. I expect when we see those, it'll be markedly
I
similar
wanna
than people
say-
expecting
IGN has side by side.
of the
saw
the
that.
actual
Okay.
ones. I'd like to see those.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's IGN that and they did PS5, PS5 Slim, and they also did the 2 Xboxes.
Because
Just
it's still tall, but I mean, I think it looks markedly.
no.
thinner
I think
than
it's
the
I think
original.
it's all around.
It's
smaller.
definitely slimmer. Yeah, it's slimmer.
But
It's
you can
not as
definitely, you can easily
it's the
tall
same
like
shit.
this is not. And I think, I mean, they just slimmed down as I've been saying this whole time. The PS5 had a lot of space to shrink, had a lot of open air, and I think they shrink it.
I kind of wish they would have leaned a little more into like redesign because the slim models have always been just a little more
a complete redesign.
Yeah, no, I agree with you
much
there.
of a redesign at all. It's just
it's just like
we trimmed a little bit of fat and gave it a line on the side.
A revision is a better way of putting it. Like they just cleaned it up a bit.
Yeah, revision would be better.
But I hate the idea of like that disc. That disc plate ruins like everything for me. I'm like, you just ruined it. Like I would rather plug it into the back and it just sit on the floor than put that plate on.
Have it run with like some USB. Just running out.
I would much rather do that than I would have it sit off the side like a wired
External
CD-ROM.
drive.
Then it be oblong and just clipped on like as you just Lego just that bad boy into the side of it. Oh God, never mind.
I feel like because mine just sits on the shelf at the bottom that I don't ever look at it, I don't really give a shit what it looks like.
And we know you don't care about these things.
Like,
I care about these things.
It's not a PC. You're not making it pretty. It's just a console. It's
I care about it.
Peasant land.
I care about it.
Doesn't matter.
You're not going to bad boy on the floor. Well, I mean, what? Of course you don't care. You don't got damn PlayStation 4 at the bottom all up in the air and shit. People seen it. Like,
Nobody
of course
even
you don't
sees
care.
it.
They could literally
the television.
It doesn't matter what it looks like. They didn't have to put enclosure on it. They could just put a damn circuit board with some wires come off the side of it, and Dev would be like hooking it. He doesn't care. We get it.
Console. It's console.
We get it. They just give that shit to you in a cardboard box, and you just plug
do.
that shit into the cardboard box and just
it
move
does
on.
what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
and it's not that big a change. It's really not that different.
Agree to disagree. Sony's also raising the prices of the DualSense, the Pulse headset, the PS5 camera, and the media remote in Japan.
Who
to match
cares?
inflation?
We don't live in Japan.
Well, we may have Japan listeners.
Yeah.
We got our PlayStation non-essentials for October.
Well, hold on. By how much are they going up? Like,
dude, it's the yen. I don't know.
It's
like
yen.
20,000 yen. Like
but
nobody knows what that is.
Like
That's like $40,000.
No. Yeah, it's like,
it's irrelevant.
It's supposed to say $40,000. Delvin don't know math. We just said earlier this fool's fucking blind.
Yeah,
Listen to this shit you say.
$40,000. Yeah.
No concept of money.
Maker of Chaos agrees with you, Dev. Our PlayStation non-essentials for October are Gotham Knights, Alien Isolation, Dead Island Definitive Edition, Disco Elysium, The Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes, Far Changing Tides, Outlast 2, and Elite Dangerous.
So this is the Delvin essentials of
Delvin.
October. That's what this is. This is the PlayStation Delvin essentials.
I love that they're getting in on the October, like the theme for October, right? And get those spooky games into the sub, get everybody subbing, playing the spooky stuff.
Alien Isolation is a very good game. People should try that one.
You can also get Tekken 6, Soul Calibur, Broken Destiny, and Ape Escape via their backwards virtual content, whatever they call it.
Don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's the premier tier.
Like, who's calling for Ape Escape? Like, who wants that?
My son. That's
I could get down for Ape Escape. Not if I got to stream it or
Johnny
whatever.
and my son.
Speaking of streaming, it's better than Detective Pikachu, that's for sure. PlayStation has unveiled PlayStation Plus cloud streaming. Starting this month, they'll be launching cloud streaming access for PlayStation 5 digital titles within the PlayStation Plus game catalog to include game trials and supported PS5 game library that members own. This is exclusive to the PlayStation Plus premium tier. I feel like I have to take a deep breath. The fact that we have to call it the PlayStation Plus premium tier, I feel like nobody just thought we've gotten off the path.
Yes,
like it's too much, guys.
No, this is the Sony path. This is what they do. This all makes perfect sense because
they say they're planning to have hundreds of PS5 titles available to stream. You can stream them in 1080, 1440, and 4K with SDR or HDR. You can also take screenshots while streaming and record up to 3 minutes of video capture. It launches October 30th in the States, the 23rd in Europe, and the 17th in Japan. No mention that you can just do this on the portal at all without a PlayStation 5, right? Like you still got to have the PlayStation 5?
Probably.
Yeah.
So you can't do the streaming at all on the portal?
No.
That's fucking asinine.
Yes, it is.
Like I can't believe I will continue to believe that they will make this available to the portal at some point, but it is asinine that they are launching a streaming handheld that can't stream. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Really said, like,
It's
here's
not
the
a streaming
process,
console.
and here's
It's
the
a
It
remote
is.
play console.
That's what streaming is.
You can't stream a stream.
Right,
Like-
but remote play itself is a stream.
Yeah, and that's the
So
only
why
stream
can't
you're
you
gonna
just go remote play or
get.
stream? You
There's
should have
no
the both.
OS in it.
You
It's
should have
no
both.
OS.
It's just an app. They
it's
can
just a
launch an
link.
app. You know, it's just an app. They can do that.
They don't
They can
want
just-
to, and they're not.
But they
gonna,
will.
'cause
No,
then
I think they
the
will.
amount of latency.
I disagree with you. I will bet you. I don't know what we'll bet, but I will bet you that they
I
do.
ain't betting shit.
Because I bet they will. This will happen. It just seems like they're slowly turning levers over there. Instead of launching all together, they're like, we'll just put it out there and then we'll turn it on a year from now.
If Daniel slammed
No,
it, you know that
because
shit
a
sucks.
year from now they're gonna not support it anymore.
Exactly. A year
That's
from now,
true.
this isn't
That
even
is
going to
true.
be.
Well,
a
that
thing.
would, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a valid case. That's a good argument. I don't think so because I think it's going to sell well. That's been my thing on the Portal this whole time is I think it's going to sell better than you think it is. I think it's going to sell better than most people think it is.
It's going to sell great.
So that's different.
It's not going to
PlayStation VR doesn't sell great. The Portal
No,
will, and that'll encourage them to support it.
Will it? Or
I think
will it
so.
be like,
I think
this is
so.
exactly what the people want. We don't need to do anything extra to this.
Mm-hmm.
Why put any more ducks in this? It's already selling. It
You're
does
making a
what we want
good
it to
case
do.
for how Jim Ryan
Why
probably thinks.
bother? Why bother?
But I can't imagine they're going to do the Portal and never allow it to stream.
I don't know why you can't imagine it because it's such a Sony
Because when
thing to do.
PlayStation Now was a thing, you could. That's why.
When PlayStation Now was a thing, you were streaming from something else, not a device that only streamed remote play. You couldn't remote play and then stream PS
Right,
Now.
but Dev, we both know that the thing runs on Android kernel. It's just an APK. You can download that in a pen. That's not
I
like
understand that, but
that's not
why
something they
would I
can't
want
do.
to put any research and development into that when if this Portal sells?
I think they
fine,
already are.
I don't need to give them any more.
Well, okay, I'll tell you why. And I don't think you don't agree with this. I think that in years' time, I think Sony will have a replacement for a PlayStation Now like cloud service that you can access through PCs, through phones, and through the Portal.
Absolutely, not the Portal.
Yeah.
Everything
So
else.
I think of the Portal.
Yeah,
So you think they're going to launch a cloud streaming
Yes.
thing for everything not the Portal?
1,000%
That doesn't
do.
make any sense.
Okay, but
Why does Sony
here's-
can't make
here's
sense?
the-
because it's Sony.
yes,
Like
but
this is what Sony does. This is Sony's MO.
God, that is wild.
why
That
is
is
it.
this is the
that is
divide.
insane.
This is
What
the
if they
divide
release
in the
another
art.
device just for the stream?
Probably.
That
will.
also wouldn't shock me.
They
That
would.
also
They
wouldn't shock me.
100% would.
Portal
Yeah.
Plus.
No, here's
The
the thing:
Portal
is
Plus,
the
like-
divide in this argument is Donnie. You're not wrong because you are hitting this argument with logic, and logically
Exactly.
speaking, you
It just
would be
doesn't
correct.
apply here.
But
Correct.
but Jeb is not wrong because he's speaking on historical
Experience.
evidence. And the evidence says, oh, hey, because we just talked about the Vita TV. Hey, would you like to use the device? We're going to give you a middle device so you can make this thing work the way you want it.
That's fair. I could see them doing like a revision or update or a successor. I could see them doing that.
I'm telling
still
you,
think it's
it's
the
going
same
to be
thing.
the Portal Plus.
Yeah, well,
Instead
I
of-
think that's the same
instead
thing.
of
But
adding
still.
it, instead of
That's a good
adding
point.
it to the Portal, let's just
Yeah.
create the
Just make
additional
people buy
portal
it again.
that does exactly.
I could
That's
totally
what
see
Sony
that.
Does.
That's
I could
when we
totally
get
see
the
that
Vita
happening.
2. That's when we get the
100%.
Vita 2.
Yes.
I could totally see that happening for sure.
Look
Yeah,
at the
'cause
Portal.
I don't disagree with you that it
That's what it
that it
is.
makes sense to add that functionality. I just don't see Sony doing it because Sony's like, we'll just find another way to sell you another box.
Yeah, no, that I'm totally for. And it's just where I've been thinking of this whole time. Back when the Portal was rumors, back when I was like, they're going to do cloud again. I thought they weren't doing cloud because they didn't want to mention it in the Activision case. So like it's kind of clear, like that kind of goes out of the way, and suddenly, guess who starts doing cloud again? I think they're going to do cloud. They're going to do
Yeah.
PlayStation Now again. They're not going to give up on that
This is
idea.
a push come to shove type of situation. Now that things are more moving in that format, it's like it's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, they're going to have
Not with these
access to that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, while their shit's selling and selling and selling, we don't need to touch it.
Right. Yeah, they're like that's not our main.
See, I think of it more like how the PlayStation 5 did, where it came out and then for a while you couldn't do like 1440p and certain devices didn't work on, and then suddenly they just turned it on. I'm
Well, they
thinking
had
if the Portal
always said
does
they were
well,
working on that.
I think that's going to happen. I think the Portal comes out for a year or so and they just turn it on.
I think if it was something that they were going to do, they would have said that. With the 1440p and everything else, they said that's something that we're working on. It's not a highly requested feature, but it's something we're looking at. So everything that they've said, like, is eventually come to the PS5. The Portal, they've been like, nah, That's all this is.
Good point.
And I really believe they will
harping
stick to that.
It's just a device for remote play.
This is literally just a portal into your PS5. That is all it is. That's all it's ever.
Well, maybe they'll make a different app, and I can just put it on my Ally.
It's actually a portal into your wallet. That's all.
No, you can only use the app on Delvin's Vio.
There you go.
Sony branded TVs.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Delvin, did you pre-order the portal?
Nope.
He says
we got to get somebody on the team to get one. Somebody's got. Kyle will get one for sure, right?
No.
Kyle's gonna get one.
Does Kyle needs to show up? We need to have him on if he's.
Well, we'll have him when he gets the portal. We'll make him come on. We'll make him.
Yeah, you got to show up.
We'll hold board video games hostage or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make him come on. He'll come on. He'll come tell us about the portal. Maybe record like his own thoughts about it and just send it to us. We can just play it.
No, I'm not gonna lie. There is a part of me that wants to buy it just because I always buy dumb stuff.
I mean, I love tech. Who doesn't want to? That's half the reason I bought this NVIDIA Shield TV thing is I just wanted to fuck with it and see what I could do with it.
Yeah, I'm like, I bought a backbone. I rarely use that shit.
If I can get Hot Shots, NCAA, and Grand Theft Auto on it, I'm gonna keep it. If I can't, then I'm gonna send it back.
Yeah.
Like that's the bar. If I can do all my streaming stuff, but also Grand Theft Auto, Hot Shots, and NCAA, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I regret fully buying the Steam Deck because it's not for me. But I try to use it like every day because I'm like, I'm using this bitch.
You should get Ally. Ally's awesome.
If I would have known about the Ally,
you should have known.
I'm gonna say,
been here the whole time.
You scared me when you were talking about like all the like.
Oh, the SD card's completely fucking broken.
If you have to do all the things you had to do to kind of get it like dialed in, I was like, I don't do that.
Oh, I didn't have to do much. What are you talking about? I really didn't have to do much. Somebody bought one in our Discord, and I apologize because I don't remember the name. I could open Discord and tell you, but somebody messaged me. They're like, I think I'm going to get one. And they had listened to the podcast, but like, I don't think they really caught on. And I was just like, dude, the SD card will fail. Like, just if you care about that being there at all, don't get one. But if you can swap a drive and just move from there, like, you're good to go. Or if you don't need to have 1,000 games installed like I do, you're good. Just get to playing some games, uninstall and reinstall, and the Ally will be awesome forever because it is a really sweet device.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen one like
those SD cards fail
and it looks
hard.
Nice.
If you can add storage to your PS5, you can swap the drive in the Ally. And
it's easier on the Ally. It's literally four screws plug and play. Yeah,
right.
That's exactly
somebody
my point.
buy my Steam Deck so that I can buy one of these.
Delvin, buy an extra Steam Deck.
It would be loading the new drive with the OS though that he would need some assistance. It's got a wizard, but you still need to know what the buttons to push.
I'll ruin it. I'll brick it.
Nah, it's not too hard.
I am. I told you.
I'll just come down to Long Beach and fix it for you. Don't.
I'm waiting for the class action, like 7 years from now, where I get $20 back because my SD card failed. You know, I'm waiting for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad Chalfie's here tonight because Bobby Kotick was talking to his employees this week, talking about this merger that's supposed to close tomorrow. And over the things he mentioned AI and gaming. And he talked about they need to hire more creative talent. As AI and the future of gaming comes along, it'll be more important forever to have good writers, good artists, and things like that, more so than coders and things like that. And Kotick looked ahead to the next 10 years of gaming, reminiscing about the transformative titles from Activision's back catalog like Pitfall, River Raids, and Kaboom.
This
and Kotick
said a River Raid.
Right.
Kotick also name-checked Guitar Hero, hinting that it's currently on the path to a revival, and I quote, the re-emergence of Guitar Hero and other things would not be possible without the different types of resources.
I can't wait till they give us that River Raid reboot.
If it would have still made money when it got rebooted again, it would be here today.
Right. If music
I think it means
licensing
a lot.
wasn't so damn expensive.
I think it means more to Microsoft than it did to Activision. That's been my case the whole time. You are looking at it through the lens of Activision, who has to make as much money as Call of Duty makes. Microsoft doesn't have that lens. They don't care. They want Call of Duty to make money, but they also want other things. And Guitar Hero means more. Like Guitar Hero coming back for Xbox could mean a new customer adopting Xbox for the first time.
That is
There
true.
was no adoption with Activision. They're merely game sales. It's merely money.
And then they see how much it costs to manufacture them fucking peripherals and license music, and they're gonna be like, never mind.
You're talking to Xbox. They've got a controller that's got like 80 cables on it that they sell. They have like 80,000 controllers. They've got $400 controllers and $60 controllers, purple controllers, black controllers, and steel
They
controllers.
already have all those parts.
You're
Don't
talking
go
about
and make
Controller
nothing different.
versus a guitar.
Right. It's so much more to it. And you gotta the licensing, the manufacturing of like that's
I think
the
you guys
reason
are
why
sleeping on
Right.
Xbox's willingness to sell some fucking plastic, man. They do this
Oh,
shit constantly.
It wouldn't shock me.
They do that.
Yeah, no.
They do this all the time.
And then this ends up being the death of Xbox.
We have a
then they
question
throw it in
about
Game
Guitar
Pass,
Hero.
and it's not making no money.
We have a question about this, so I'll save my things for then. Dead Island 2 expands. I'm going to read just some quotes. Lose yourself in the surreal psycho horror dreamscape as you investigate a mysterious cult in Malibu, says Deep Silver. House takes players to a completely new story where a secret billionaire's techno death cult fights for survival amidst a zombie apocalypse. This is the new expansion coming to Dead Island 2.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm not playing.
It's good timing.
I'm in
This
the
is
I'm in the
the
Delta
first one.
world. It sounds great, but I don't play it.
This expansion, following House, you'll have the Sola Festival to be the second expansion. Both are included in the game's $29.99 expansion pass. So you can get them both for $30. I still haven't got to Dead Island 2 yet. I want to. No time. I've been looking. It went on sale on Steam. I think it was like $34.99, and I was like, not close enough. I got a lot to play right now. I can wait.
You can wait.
I can wait.
Anyway,
Speaking of Mirage, Ubisoft says Mirage is its, quote, biggest new gen launch to date. Quote, with the number of players being in line with past successful launches, such as Origins and Odyssey. We are proud to also share that Assassin's Creed Mirage is the biggest new gen launch in terms of unit sales to date at Ubisoft.
That's
We
good.
talked about this a bit in the Discord today. I think there's a lot of spend going on here. I'm glad that the Mirage is doing well, but I think they are painting it as doing better than it probably is. But we'll see when it's got some
But
time.
if it's doing good for them, that's
Yeah,
all that
no,
really
I'm
matters.
totally fine that it's good, but I'm still interested to see. Well, I don't think that's all that matters, because I think if it doesn't sell as well as others, then I think that could limit the chances of you getting more like this. So I don't think that's all that matters. There's
I don't think
lot
they'd
more
put
than
that out
matters.
saying that it's the biggest new gen launch in terms of unit sales if it wasn't doing what they wanted it to do.
Yeah, but
Like,
again, as I explained, Valhalla launched when the consoles launched and people didn't have them. That's not saying a
I
lot
get
in
that.
6 days.
I get that. But again, it's saying that this is the best that we've done unit sales for next gen.
When Xbox
again-
says that the Series S is the best it's ever, you immediately come, is 4 better than 2? It's
Yes.
the same situation going on here.
So my thing with this is it hitting their expectations? And I don't think you put
We'll
out
see.
something like this if it's not.
I noticed that they didn't give us numbers, and they're not talking about numbers. They're talking about the number of players.
No, they said unit sales, so that would be numbers.
They said new in sales in the context of new gen launch, which
Mhm.
we've said they didn't have a bunch up.
I think it's fine. I think this is good news, and I
Okay.
think they're
I like
very
that.
happy with how it's doing.
Yeah, I like the positivity I'm hearing from Devin. That's new. That's not normally the case. I'm here for it.
It's for sure weird.
The gaming world needs some positivity. Everybody's
And I
getting
love
laid off
that.
left
No,
and
I'm
right.
here with that too. I wish it was. I'm not rooting against it. I want to be clear. I wish the thing was, this is the best selling game we've ever had. It's doing so well, we're happy. But this isn't that. So I'm reading the words that they're saying. It looks carefully crafted, I think, to make it look like it's being more successful than it is. I'm just reading the tea leaves. That's all I'm doing. I don't think this is selling as well as their other games do. That's all. Then that may not even be a thing. Again, if that's not their expectation, it doesn't matter. But I don't think that's their expectation. This is why I think there
Until
may
they
be
tell
some
you what it
ramifications.
is, we don't know.
That's true.
I
We
think
won't
this
know.
is
And,
good.
and I could care less about
Probably never
sales
will
in
know.
6 days. I care more about sales in 12 months.
Yeah.
6 days, you know what that is? Every Assassin's Creed fan buying the game.
Yeah.
It's Assassin's Creed. Of course, it's going to sell. Like I didn't think the game was not going to sell at all. It's Assassin's Creed. People are going to buy it. The question is, does it last? Does it have staying power? Is it Assassin's Creed? right? Because if
question
Assassin's
is,
Creed comes
does it
out and it's
sell
not
in
Assassin's
Christmas?
Creed, that is a problem for Ubisoft. It just is. Like, if 9 months from now we hear of layoffs, it could be because of that. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem at all. Especially since it's such a smaller game. I don't think they're expecting it to do Valhalla numbers.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
It's not meant to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
Jordan, RPG Creed hasn't gone anywhere. That game is still coming. I don't understand the gaming echo chamber that's just like, bring back RPG Creed like it left.
You don't understand it? Because for the last 3 years, you've been the opposite side of that. You've been the gamer going, bring back old Assassin's Creed. I'm tired of all these
and
RPGs.
they're bringing that back. But the thing is, there wasn't anything on the horizon saying that they were.
No,
we already know that there's RPG Creed coming. So I'm like, what do you mean bring it back? Like it's not already in development.
You know my thoughts.
That's
on this.
That's
I'm totally down for
confused.
both. I'm glad that we have both.
Yeah,
I could care less.
I'm happy that they're doing both as
more
well.
Creed. I'm just down for more Assassin's Creed.
Where is the RPG Creed? Like, it's in development. They've already told you about this. There's like 3 other Assassin's Creed games coming.
I hope Mirage is real. Like, I'm kind of interested in hearing Haley after she gets some more time in it, having her played Valhalla. Like, I want Assassin's Creed to be awesome. It just doesn't sound like, from the sources that I typically follow, that people are that into it. And that's a bit of a bummer.
Now,
but I'll make up my own mind when I play it eventually, as I always do.
Now, D-Life says in the chat, it'll be half off by Black Friday.
Probably
waiting
less
for that.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is also the sort of.
Are people waiting for that, or are people just?
Yes,
I'm scared.
Absolutely wait for
This is what I
Absolutely.
feel is like is harming Ubisoft in a lot of ways. Is that this is the trend now? Is
We all know
I'm not going to buy it now. I'm going to wait because it's not even Black Friday. Well, I guess Black Friday would hit.
We have a lot of deals going on now. If you didn't know,
it's usually about.
It kind of
6 to 8
feels like
weeks.
Black Friday this week.
Yeah, but it's like usually like 6 to 8 weeks. So I guess it would be Black Friday window.
Yeah,
we see the Ubisoft
$29.99
sale, and
that
then
makes
it's
sense.
like, so yeah, this, but it plays to what you're saying in that, yeah, the 6 day sales is one thing. What's the long term? And then there's that alternate.
So
spike
I'm
where it sells
afraid
again.
that Mirage goes the way of like Armored Core, where it comes out, it gets its buzz, and then it goes away. And I'm hoping that you're right. That November, after Spider-Man, after Mario, after Call of Duty, like maybe it comes back around. But like, I'm kind of worried that it's forgotten about in 2 weeks and we never hear about Mirage again.
Yeah, but I do hear quite often, I'm gonna wait, type of thing.
Yeah, Ubisoft. I feel like everybody's waiting for Black Friday for anything Ubisoft because it's.
So I saw a lot of people say they were just going to UB Plus. I mean, a lot of people are like, I'm just going to Ubisoft.
I think it's great for them because they want those subscriptions because maybe they'll get you hooked and you're just.
But do you think they will?
Or forget about it.
I don't think they will. I think they'll just sub for a month and quit.
I think there's a lot of people that just have subs going that just completely forget.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I think that was a thing in like 2014. I don't necessarily know how much of a thing that is still anymore. I think
I know so
people
many
are
who have
so subscription heavy that they're pretty good at managing them now.
I feel the exact
just
opposite
keep paying for them.
I know so many people who just have subs.
Well, then that would be good for them. So anyway, Bethesda updated Redfall last week to include better performance all around, but consoles now have a 60 FPS mode. They talked about having new encounters and more enemies in the world. They've done new stealth mechanics. A lot of new things work, like the silencers on guns finally work. Sneaking works better. They've made some control changes, UI changes, accessibility changes. A lot of performance stuff, a lot of stability stuff, a lot of glitch fixing. This was the big update for Redfall. Does anybody care?
Redfall 2.0.
Probably.
Nope.
No.
I'm very excited to listen to the Xbox Drive because Ryan started playing Redfall and then pinged me in a message that said # Donnie was right about Redfall, and that just made me really happy because I felt at the time, although I mean I was hard on it, right? Like I would told people it wasn't good, like it wasn't in good state, but I liked the game. Like I did enjoy the game. Like there is a good game there. If you're into like a Far Cry kind of shooter, and I dug it. So I hope people maybe see what I saw in that game now that it's in a better state. I still don't think it's like at its ultimate version. I think this game just needed more time. Like the vision that they had for it needed like 2 years of development. I think they're doing what they can, and ultimately,
The
I think
beauty
it's way too
it's
late.
in Game Pass. It's spooky season. Somebody might decide. Let me check
Good
out
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they'll give it a
that's
try.
good thing.
Let me
It's a
check
good
it out right
timing.
now.
Yeah.
Fair.
So this is on rumor control. There was an article that came up from Bloomberg that sources close to Disney were pushing Bob Iger to buy a game publisher, and Bloomberg reported that EA was the candidate of that, which makes a ton of sense because EA makes
it
a lot
does.
of Disney licensed properties,
Yeah.
and Disney could buy EA. We know that EA has been available. I think their whole big thing about them restructuring their entertainment titles away from their sports titles made a lot of sense to offload some sort of, agreement. But Bloomberg ultimately says that Iger is non-committal. So this is kind of one of those, it doesn't sound like it's going to happen, but you never know. Like they're thinking about it.
The last thing we need is more EA Star Wars crap. Like, no. We don't need this.
And make Mickey
Please,
Mouse
God.
stuff.
No, please God, no. Because what's gonna happen is Disney's looking at it like, okay, who can we buy that can just give us a ton of cash? So how do we get more Ultimate Team into every fucking thing that we make? I hate this. I pray to God this doesn't happen.
I was a little surprised by the article because, and then I'm not a Disney expert I am far from it, but following like ESPN, which I've been following a lot of what they're going through. They've been trying to offload them for like 2 years. Following that, my understanding is the shareholders, I don't think the shareholders want to buy new pillars of Disney. They're upset about is that the pillars of Disney are leaking cash. Like
Correct.
they want to get the parks profitable again. They want to get the movies profitable again. They're looking to cut costs. That's why they want to get rid of ESPN. ESPN is a dead weight now. It doesn't drive cable packages. They're spending all this money on college football. Like they're not digging yet what ESPN's bringing to the table. So just based on that alone, which could be completely unrelated to this, I would be surprised if their move was let's buy more stuff. I don't think the shareholders want Disney to buy billion-dollar properties. I think they want them to sell billion-dollar properties. So I was surprised by the report just on that value. I was like, wow. But Iger has done all kinds of, like he may, like they've got the money to do it. I'm not saying it's not possible. I don't think that's what the shareholders want. They don't want to go, we've got the solution to our problems and it's spending $20 billion.
They want to buy gaming because they already have, so they're licensing so many things out. Why not we just bring that in-house and then we can publish all that and stop spending that money.
But I think the shareholders don't want to, they don't want to take on the maintenance and the retention and the cost of that.
That's because they're not thinking about that. They're
well,
just
it's not their decision.
Have gaming.
I mean, that'd be the thing is they don't run Disney. It's just whether or not they want to keep the stock or not.
Yeah.
But I think the difference between
why not be a gaming giant? That's what they're looking at it as.
Well, I was gonna say a contrast between like ESPN and EA is like
one's profitable and the other one's not.
Yeah,
but like one is
there's
like
that.
You can use EA in a lot of different ways. It's a shell over other properties that they have, whereas ESPN is its own lane. So you can't. We're not going to see Ahsoka on ESPN.
Do you? No. I wasn't going there at all. And honestly, I think when they did the restructuring, we talked about this. It was like a year ago when EA restructured, and I kind of floated it then. I thought the restructuring was kind of like a leaning themselves up. I wouldn't be surprised if like EA spun off its entertainment division to Disney, but kept the sports thing as a separate entity.
Yeah.
So like Madden and stuff exists under, their thing, but the sports, the respawns, the Star Wars and stuff, all of that goes out. Now Disney would probably just buy the whole thing, but still the sports side of the house maybe operate independently of everything else.
Who made the Speedstorm game?
I have no idea. I've never played it.
The Disney Speedstorm?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't think it was EA though. Let me check.
Are people playing that game?
Yes, people are playing that game.
I thought so.
I don't know anybody.
People are playing.
It's made by Gameloft.
Oh.
Okay,
people are playing that.
Gameloft
What would make
Barcelona.
more sense is if they were to buy somebody like Ubisoft. They're already doing the Avatar game. You can take a lot of the properties that Disney wants to make and turn them into Ubisoft properties. And Ubisoft, I feel like, is looking to just really kind of tighten everything up. So now we can just make Star Wars games. We can make the Avatar game. We can find a way to make a Mickey game or an Aladdin game or use the licensed properties to make the Far Cry version of that game or the Assassin's Creed version of that game. I feel like Ubisoft makes way more sense for a Disney purchase than something like EA.
You had me till you said Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, Avatar's a Disney property. I'm sorry, sir.
If they elect not to, and again, I don't know if they will or not, but if they were to elect not to, I think a big reason for that would be licensing. Like, I imagine there's somebody in the room, it's like, why spend billions of dollars to own it when we already license the stuff out?
Yeah.
And we're more free to work from publisher to publisher. The gaming business is volatile. It changes. It ebbs and flows. We can pick and choose who we work with on whoever's hitting. Right. So if we have a bad experience with these people, we're not on the hook for them. We just move our game to another developer.
Yeah, they're cooking in different pots.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the push for that was to not do that and to just bring it in and just become one of the gaming giants. That was the whole push for the whole gaming thing. It was like, we're already licensing all this stuff out. Why don't we just purchase someone and become another one of the pillars of gaming?
Sure. Yeah.
That was the whole reason for this whole thing. And Iger was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening.
We will see. The last one there was a mention of Last of Us 2 Remastered on a Naughty Dog employee's LinkedIn page, fueling speculation that we are going to get a Last of Us 2 Remastered hit joint on PlayStation 5 at some point, which ties into last week when we were talking about, you were like, they can make the water better, shinier, more details, more pixels, more ray tracing.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You guys buying that rumor?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you going to buy the game again?
That one's been hanging around for a while, but I think I'm not going to buy it.
Because we talked about this on Discord.
That's what they do.
I can't remember if we said this or not. We talked about it on the podcast, and I mentioned that they already have 60 FPS. I think it still runs with the same resolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it has haptics. Haley said it didn't, but I think it does.
It doesn't have the kind of haptics that you would expect from the PS5. There's some haptics, but
what I remember, and maybe they didn't implement it, but I vividly remember somebody talking about the tension when you pull the trigger of the bow.
Yes.
Like, I swear I remember that. And I think I remember them talking about like the raindrops you can feel in the controller.
That
like when it's raining.
Yeah, the rain I don't recall, but the bow for sure.
Yeah, like I'm like 97% positive that Last of Us 2 on PS5 has haptics.
They improved the haptics on what they were already on the dual. It doesn't do DualSense stuff. It's just better than it was on PS4. It's not the same.
PS4 didn't have the resistant triggers.
Again, it just has better haptics. It doesn't have like the full DualSense experience.
It has the triggers.
It could be better.
When you shoot stuff, it has the triggers.
It just makes it tighter.
So that's more really than what the PS4 version had. You're making it sound like it's the same thing. It's not.
It's not like, for example, Returnal. Like, that is like ridiculous haptics and what they do there. The way it feels.
You're just saying there's more haptics. They could go even harder on that.
This is just you can feel the resistance in the bow. Like,
didn't they talk about like, maybe not the rain? Was it like the boat? The controller vibrates when you do something.
But the controller.
I'm almost like I'm in my head. I'm like, am I confusing with the Last of Us remake? But like, I don't think so. I think they took the profile they did for Last of Us remake and put it on the TLU 2 patch. I think it's got the same stuff. It's got the bow, and I think it rumbles and shakes. I'm sure. I mean, I agree with you. They could probably do more. I'm just wondering, besides ray tracing, I guess, and I think they could do 4K 60 with ray tracing on TLU 2. Besides that, what are they going to do to compel you to buy the game? Or is this just for people that never played it?
It's both.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna make it run better.
We got the HBO show. Here's the game. It's better than ever.
It's the definitive version of the game
because it feels like a stretch to call it remaster. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It just kind of feels like a stretch.
Didn't it feel like a stretch to call it a remaster when it went from PS3 to PS4?
No, I thought that was a pretty big improvement over those games. We talked about that.
It made it run in 60 frames. It was still the same fucking game.
But you bring up something that is interesting because maybe it will be that nice tie-in where like the first one spiked after season 1 of the show.
Yeah,
so maybe this is
I
just
definitely
a
think this is
companion to
probably
that.
part of it. Yeah,
because if season 2 is going to focus on game 2, then
Ryan said 100% the patches were over. Right? Nobody's gonna be able to buy a patch to improve a game anymore. Wasn't that a thing after they tried to patch something and people got mad about it? So he was like, "This is it." Am I not
What?
remembering something completely off base? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. I thought that was a thing.
I don't know what you mean by buy a patch. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Delvin, you're muted. PlayStation was selling patches to games. You could buy a patch to make your PS4 copy the PlayStation 5 copy of the game.
Oh, and like buy the $10.
Yeah, you could buy the update. So instead of having to buy the whole game over, you can update.
Patch, like
Update.
fix shit, but you're saying
when you said patch, I was thinking fixing. I'm like,
I'm thinking in my head. I remember him. He said at some point, "That's it. This is the last one I'm doing."
We're no longer letting you pay the $10.
So like, there's no way that you're going to be able to pay $10 to get the improvements of TLU 2 on PS5.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes,
That's kind of
You're not
shitty.
going to pay $10
That
to upgrade.
kind of
You want to buy
sucks
the
if you've
new.
already played and owned
You
that
have
game.
to buy the
before.
game now again.
You're gonna have to buy
Yeah.
the game, and that kind of sucks.
It was
No,
like
it's no
going
surprise.
around.
No, it's not a surprise. It's like I've always said. Every time they did it, I think it's kind of crappy.
I mean,
It's
when
kinda
you bought the
crappy, you can't do
remastered version of the version on PS4, you weren't paying $10. You had to buy the full thing. Like, it's the remastered version. It's a different version of the game, so there's no surprise there.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
I
not
don't
buying
know
that
why
much.
we would expect that.
I'm not buying it that much, but that's the end of the news. You can take over from here.
Did you guys see the thing? I think it was like last
Yarns
week or
with
the
me.
week
Thank you,
before,
buddy.
that was talking about people Googling like what order should I play The Last of Us? It's
Oh,
like,
I've never seen that.
it's,
No, I never
Never
saw
seen
that.
and it's like it's literally fucking 1 and 2. Like why are we Googling what
Would you
order?
imagine playing part 2 and then going back?
Yeah, I'd be like,
doesn't- that-
what?
that
What a
would make
wildly
sense.
different experience the whole franchise would
You
be.
know, maybe
Yeah.
I need to. Maybe it's like listening
Because-
to Dark Side of the Moon and watching Wizard of Oz. Like,
I mean, you gotta
the whole-
remember,
the whole
they're
fucking
new
thing.
kids being born every day. Some kid probably just, came of age, got a PlayStation in like 2018
play-
and started playing
yeah.
Last of Us 2 is the new game.
The Last of Us 2, and then part 1 is the prequel, so you can
I was
see
just
what
gonna
happened
say
to
that.
lead up to that. So I mean, it's not completely out of the realm of anything that makes sense. Like,
I think it just
Doesn't it
puts you in a
literally have
completely
the
different.
same
I mean,
world?
obviously, it puts you in a
Does it not have
completely
the
different
same-
state.
What world is this?
yeah,
Where
You play
it's
Last
like,
of
oh,
Us 2 for the first time with no association to Ellie and Joel and everything, and then you go back like, wow, what a
If you started with 2, you're not playing 1 because you're like, the fuck is wrong with this game?
Yeah. Incomplete ass story.
You're like,
you're
wait,
playing
what?
2. You're like, why do these people hate each other so much?
Yeah. Why are they? Why are
and
they in Santa
that makes it
Barbara?
even more compelling to play the first one. It's like, let me see what
No, it
happened.
doesn't. Not at all.
Look,
This whole thing
look,
compelling.
first of all, Joel and Ellie can kick rocks. They can kick rocks.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Nope.
I said
not
the
doing
Rude
this.
Days 93 segment. Take it from here. Try it again.
Last of Us 2, fantastic game, best game in the series.
The Rude Days 93 segment. Take it
There's
from
no
here.
segment. There's no segment. He's off. He said, I'm taking a break.
He's got
Not
a
doing no
segment.
over-unders.
He contributed to the podcast.
He asked the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
He did ask a question.
That's the
Last
segment.
of Us 2. Great game. PS5 revisions
God.
actually going up in cost,
Dead
not down.
Over under.
They're not really going up in cost. Not both of them. It's just the one that's going up. They're making the digital
Talk about
version
spin, man.
$50
Dev's
more
dancing
expensive.
hard tonight.
Hey,
You
look,
need to go
do what
work
I'm
for
doing.
them. You need
He's
to be
trying
right
to
here.
get
It
that
sound
Jim
like
Ryan
Jim
job.
Ryan's left-hand
Ryan
man.
retiring.
God damn,
Dev
man.
coming
I'm just telling facts here. It's
Dev
not
Ryan?
both revisions going up in price. It's just one revision going up in price.
Dev Ryan.
Just saying.
Well, I mean,
So the
I think
quest is-
technically speaking, from launch to now, they've all gone up in price.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the PS not here. The
Not here,
PS5
okay.
hasn't
Not
gone up in
here.
price
Yeah, okay. Just the rest
PS5
of the
didn't-
world.
didn't
Boy, there
change.
goes
Just the rest
Dev.
of the world.
Everybody
Only
else.
place that matters. There go Dev.
I'm just saying. I'm
Fuck
just saying.
everybody else.
I said
I'm
not
just
here.
saying.
I said not here. I didn't say anything else about the rest of the world. They've gone up
Do your
there,
feet hurt?
Unfortunately, we feel fine. So, anyways,
Yes, America first. America only.
with the PS5 digital going up in price, do we think that Sony? What is Sony going to charge for the Pro? Are we looking at another console?
So, are you guys still with me? Because you broke
Yeah.
up a bit.
I can still hear and see you.
I can't hear
hear
Delvin at
Delvin
all.
for a second.
He started talking and he can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me at all?
Now you're back.
Now we
Okay.
can. You're back.
All right. So Tom Henderson said we're getting the Portal, we're getting the Slim, and he made mention that there was a Pro coming. So do we believe him now?
Yeah. I always thought he was right.
Yeah.
Pro's coming.
Okay.
Yep, bye, Travis.
Oh, we,
Lost Chalfie.
So honestly, I don't think there will be a Pro. I'm kind of thinking that there's not going to be a Pro, especially with them raising the price. I don't think you can sell a $600 console. If these revisions would have came out and they would have dropped in price, then I could see a Pro. But I don't think you can sell a PS5 Pro for $600 at this point.
I think
you can try. You can try. I don't think you're going to get any traction. And
don't they sell PSVR 2 is like a $600 console?
That's the other problem. Like, you've already got this ridiculously overpriced VR thing that nobody's buying. I don't think you can sell a Pro without dropping the price of the regular PS5 and making the Pro.
Well, that's still on the board, right?
The PS5.
Like next year, here's the Pro, and we're dropping the price of our standard models.
Mm-hmm. If they do
back to what we originally sold them.
Exactly. Now Donnie's picking up what I'm talking about. That's exactly what they're gonna do. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
It's such a deal, guys.
If you drop the digital to 350, drop the digital to 350. You drop you have parity with the new Switch. You drop the regular PS4 to or PS5 to $399, and then you make the Pro $499.
Throw in the stand.
Yeah, you throw in the stand. They're not throwing in the stand. They're gonna make a whole new stand.
It's gonna be a horizontal only console that Dev puts on the corner of the console.
I'm not.
Dev just throws it like a ninja star into the wall, and it just sits there like that forever.
It's a fucking abstract art.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I actually have a couple of friends who have theirs mounted on the wall.
I mean, Rude Days, I don't think we're so far away from a $600 console. I really don't. Because what we've seen over the years, we have like 20 years of history talking about, all right, the consoles launch and then they go down in price. But we really haven't been seeing that lately. The consoles launch and they stay. And they just keep staying until they're replaced. Right? Like the Switch never got discounted. Like the Switch's discount was a revision.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it might be more like that. I wouldn't bet on a $600 console, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially with Sony. And here's the other thing. Can they make the case that it's worth it? Can they show up with a Pro model that like it's 4K, 60 with ray tracing and your PSVR 2 games run at 60 FPS and everything is better?
You mean the thing that the PS5 was already supposed to do?
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, that's what the Pro models have always been.
Still has 8K
the Xbox One X was what the Xbox One wanted to be. Like,
looking at
could they make a case that it's worth $600?
No.
Looking at D-Life's comment where he says the PS5 Pro will be the same size as the old PS5. what if they literally just give us the old PS5?
The same thing.
But it's 2 terabytes in the hard drive.
It's got more liquid It's got more liquid metal, twice the liquid metal on top of it.
It's just straight up the same one. From
I mean, we've talked about their boutiqueness, like in their bouginess, right? I could see them coming out with a Pro model. Maybe it has 2 controllers. Maybe they do something weird to like make it. Could they make a play? They're like, yeah, we know it's expensive, but it's worth it. It's like the best thing on the market. It's the best device to play PSVR. It plays games as well, if not better than like. What if they come out and they're like, it's as good as a 4090?
Unfortunately, the 4090 ain't doing what it's supposed to do, no way. So that's not selling me.
I tried.
Yeah, it's gonna say on the box 8K. And it's gonna have a question mark next to it.
Like, I mean, 8K? What if 8K is a part of it?
The box says 8K now.
I know,
but what if 8K is a part of it? What if they introduce like 8K movies or some shit?
8K?
Who the fuck has 8? Nobody has an 8K television. There's no 8K content.
Dude, nobody had 3D televisions either, and they still did it.
Nobody still have 3D.
We're still trying to get full 4K adoption.
I'm with you. I'm aware of the current situation. You just told me they were going to make a streaming service that wasn't on their handheld that just streams. I'm trying to make that same case now. I learned and adapted.
Yeah. Not going to happen. I'd prefer to not see them even bother with the Pro thing. Just worry about the next gen.
My case continues to be: does anybody want Pro models? Like, I know somebody out there just always wants the best thing, but you know what I mean. People like Matt. I don't think people still feel like they've gotten what they want out of a console.
Exactly.
Yet.
I don't think people want a Pro model.
Maker of Chaos was talking about how many PlayStation 5s are going to sell this year. I'm like, just what? Like, I don't mean to just meaning like for Spoken and Spider-Man, like. I think I'd be more excited to hear about games coming than a Pro model.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry, I talked over you. choppy.
I
What
was
were you
just
talking
saying,
about?
like the performance, like leap between like a standard and a pro. It's just
Yeah.
it's not there anymore. Like we're not.
No, I
seeing
think
that.
it can be.
Yes, it can be. That is a
Yeah.
true
These
statement.
consoles aren't that great. I think there's a
But-
performance leap to be had for sure.
So here's
Especially,
the funny part.
there's rumors that Sony has done something to make ray tracing way better. And if they can lean on that and leverage that, then I think they actually do have a case.
But
If they did that, they need to talk to AMD and tell them how they did that, because AMD cards cannot do ray tracing to
There's
save their
that
lives.
there's that is a patented. Like Mark Cerny has some sort of ray tracing reconstruction something that they're working on in PlayStation. That was like there are articles written about it. So I'm just thinking in my head, if they come out with a new console and they're like, it does 4K 60 all the time with full blown ray tracing, you can't get a PC for less than $1,300 that can match what the PlayStation 5 can do. It's the best place to play VR games. Can they try to sell it for $600? I think so.
I think you could, but I don't think anybody who's really playing on the console gives a shit.
Sure. No, that I agree with, but I think they can. I think they can try. And because it's like they still have their other model.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like they were going away. You still just buy the PlayStation.
But I think we're also missing the part as well. Like when you guys were saying earlier, like who's got fucking 8K? Who had 3D TV? You're gonna buy the Pro to play it on your 720p Vizio?
Well, I think a lot of people have 4K TV. Like you would only. Well, let's be clear. The PS4 and the series, the One X, the last Pro model versions we had, they didn't sell super well. So maybe they're taking that into account. Let's make a Pro model. Let's make it expensive because only 20% of our customers are interested in this to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that could be there too. They could just be making it not to sell 100 million of them.
This is just for the
it's the high end. Yeah.
It's
so
for
here's the
us
question.
in the room right now.
Like when you think about PlayStation games, like all their first party exclusives pretty much run at 4K 60 without any real issues whatsoever. Like they get them there.
Yeah, they get them
so
there.
It's like, are we doing this for the third parties? Are the third parties really going to optimize to really take advantage of this Pro, or is it just making the PlayStation exclusives that already run well enough to maybe have a little bit more ray tracing, to maybe be something that you're really not even going to notice in motion?
That brings me back to the Last of Us 2 thing, right? Like the Last of Us 2 remaster, it's going to be a little bit better than the one before it. But like, I think there is a group of people out there that care about that little bit. They're happy to pay for that little bit.
Yeah.
I think you'll always have.
It's like ultra settings, medium settings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you pay $200 more to run ultra settings all the time?
Yeah.
Ray tracing takes a hit on console.
Not on a console. It takes a hit on everything. The hell with just
it does.
console.
That's
It takes
true.
a
That's
hit.
true.
It tanks performance.
And the ray tracing that we get in like these RT modes are like, they're like selective ray tracing. Like they get the most out of it where they can. What if it was like full blown ray tracing implementation? And this may not be possible. I'm running off of speculation just to make a case. I'm just trying to make the case. But what if it's full blown ray tracing like you've never seen before? What if they have the best ray tracing in gaming? Like, what if that's it?
Fucking shocked. I can't even speculate that that's even possible in the console space.
Yeah,
I just can't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we talked about it. Like I tried.
You did. You put it out there.
I don't believe it, but I tried. You know, I tried to give it the old try.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think with what we've seen Sony do, like the idea of a $600 console, I'm not like, that's crazy. Just like when people ask us like a $400 plus Switch, I'm like, yeah, that's not crazy. The Switch 2 is like $499. I'm like, probably.
Yeah, it's just Dev's argument from earlier. Yeah,
people don't want to hear it, but
it's Sony. They're crazy. They don't care. They're back to you'll get a second job to buy it.
I lost all hope when the PlayStation VR 2 came. It was like, oh, these guys are fucking on something.
Yeah. They're telling you right now, this is who we are.
They are who we thought they were.
I may not be so surprised.
All right, let's hop into some of these questions. This is for the three of you because this is
2 terabyte. And it's full ray tracing, 2 terabyte, 2 controllers.
No stand.
No.
So Rob 3K says, what are some of your favorite Halloween games? I've been waiting to play more of the Bloodstained games and just snagged Pumpkin Jack on sale from Green Man Gaming.
I'm going to
open
shout
to
out
suggestions.
Pumpkin Jack. I got to review the game. It's a really cool Halloween game. It's a lot of fun. Old school game.
So, favorite Halloween games, gentlemen. I don't have one.
You know
Start
what
with
I
you,
used to
Delvin.
play like every Halloween
Never mind.
was the Costume Quest games.
That's a great one.
Oh, yeah?
Those are
It's a great
fun.
one.
That's good.
Until Dawn, of course, is one of the ones I always play during Halloween time.
Good shout.
What else? Another good one. I play Resident Evil. Probably 7 now. I probably play 7 for Halloween. 7's excellent. And just kind of stuff like that. I'll probably play a little bit of The Walking Dead. There's a lot of good games for Halloween if you want to just play like horror.
That can't be
There's a lot-
sad for Halloween.
Well,
Halloween.
let me rephrase that. The Walking Dead, the final season.
Okay.
Not the first season. First season, you know. Lee gets the person at the end.
Yeah. Ooh.
But yeah, there's so many great games to play during the Halloween season time. I like to play the indie horror games too. There's a lot of really interesting indie horror games you can try that's pretty interesting. So go look at those type of games and try to see if you find something that you might be interested in. That's my recommendation. Because those games take risk.
What about Detective Pikachu? Is that a good Halloween game?
No, that is a good Christmas game. That's the game you sit down with the kids during the holiday season. You get you some hot cocoa. Say, hello, kids. Here's Detective Pikachu. Let's look at Hitmonchan. It's right there. And just have a good
You know
time.
what? The way you're saying all that also makes me want to call CPS too. So just
Wow. I don't play games for Halloween. I do probably play. I mean, if there's a new horror game during October, do I want to play it? Yeah. Like I would play an Alan Wake, but I'm not playing Alan Wake just because it's Halloween. It just happens to be coming out at Halloween. Like Halloween is in the time of the year where a lot of games come out, so I'm just playing whatever the new game that I want to play is. So I may be playing Assassin's Creed. I may be playing Call of Duty. Like whatever is just coming around Halloween is probably what I'm going to play. So that's why I've never really associated Halloween with playing a game. And I don't just play horror games just because it's Halloween. Because they're not like Halloween games, they're just horror games. Like Pumpkin Jack is a Halloween game. It's like set on Halloween.
Yes.
It's Pumpkin Jack.
Costume Quest 2.
Castlevania?
That's a good one.
Like some Dracula and shit, you know, and get out there and do that. The Castlevania Nocturne on Netflix, by the way. Dope. I liked it a lot.
I need to watch that one.
But yeah, outside of that, nothing particular.
Yeah, I'm
trying to think.
I'm playing whatever game is out that I'm playing. That's
Yeah, whatever it is I
don't
bought
associate
recently that I
anything
want to
with
play.
Halloween.
So I'm trying to think. There's not like other Halloween games though, right?
Friday the
Games set on
13th.
Halloween.
Costume Quest. That's the other one.
Costume Quest is a good one.
no.
That's literally on Halloween. I'm trying to
Is
think of
Arkham Knight on Halloween?
I think it is.
Right?
I have no idea.
I think one
Is
of them
it?
is on
It's kind of a shame that we don't have like Halloween games about
Is it?
Halloween. Yeah. I think so. It's a good aesthetic.
I'm looking it up now.
It makes sense. Oh, I'll throw one out there. Play whatever event Overwatch is doing or Fortnite. They do awesome Halloween shit. Do that. That's fun. Like the most fun I've ever had with Overwatch is whatever they were doing on Halloween the year I played. I was like, this is dope. Can this just be the game? They're like, you can only play it tonight. I'm like, well, I'll never play this again. But I liked it for a night. It was dope.
Arkham Knight does take place on Halloween.
I thought so. This is like the Scarecrow, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Oh, Maker of Chaos is Edith Finch. It does have a Halloween section. And I love that Halloween section
That is a
because
great
it references an old movie that everybody should watch. But it's great. That's a really cool section.
Cool. Moving on. Free to Play Joe says, how would you bring back Guitar Hero? I wouldn't. But you guys can feel free to answer
God.
that question.
You hate it so much that you can't even. You don't
It's
even
not
want it
that
to
I hate
exist.
it. It's just that like we've been there. It already exists. If I want to play a Guitar Hero game or a Rock Band, I can do that. I don't need a new one.
Well, actually, you can't. They
Oh,
turn a
it
lot of
come back.
servers and stuff off.
They did.
I don't need the servers to run the disc and play the games.
You can only
do
play what's
that.
on the disc, and it's very slim.
I have all that stuff downloaded to my PS4. We're good. We're golden.
Gotcha. Okay. Free to Play Joe. yes, Guitar Hero should come back. I've talked about this before. I'm going to make the case specifically for Xbox. I think Guitar Hero is a great game to put in Game Pass, because here's what that means. It means you can put the game in Game Pass, get people to subscribe, where they only have to buy the guitar. Lessens your upfront costs to your customers. I also think they need to adopt what Rock Band is doing. Instead of thinking of a game of Guitar Hero like an annual release to keep getting people to make money off of, like Activision did, as a platform to get people in and to stay subscribed to Game Pass. If I were them, I would license, 50 songs, put it in the game, put it in the Game Pass, and then say every 3 months we're dropping 10 new songs in a Game Pass, and you can also buy 10 new songs for $1 or whatever. And you just keep people playing, and you just keep updating the game over time. It just lives as a games as a service in the subscription service. And the only upfront cost that people have, in addition to their subscription, is the controller, which I think there's enough people out there that would love to buy a controller and play Guitar Hero to make it worth their while. I'm not going to go out there and say it's super popular. You're not going to sell 20 million guitars. Can you sell 2 million guitars? I think so. If the game's good, the music's good, if the support is there, yeah, I think they can. And I think if they can get that kind of volume, they can make money.
I would just make DJ Hero. I would just bring back DJ Hero, and everything you just said, I'm down with. Just bring back DJ Hero, do the same concept, and I would make 2 versions of it. I'll make the standard DJ deck that looks a little decent, and I'll make a custom one that looks like cool as fuck that's expensive. Like, hey, you can either have the regular version, like you can have the regular version, or you can have the DJ Clue one that looks kind of real type set that you can use, that you can kind of actually learn to DJ with.
Do you remember seeing that one? They actually had like a real turntable system. That shit was crazy.
I love it. DJ Hero's a great game. I feel like you can do the same thing with Guitar Hero too, by the way.
The chat's got Maker Chaos says make a Master Chief guitar. I mean, you could get nuts with it for sure. You could do faceplates. You could do like button swaps. You could do things to make more money off of peripherals. I also think they should make a way to play the game with a controller. So you don't have to buy the guitar.
I hear all this and I just see the music industry being like, we're going to charge you so much fucking money for these songs that it's going to be impossible for you.
They probably already have licensing for some songs in their other products and stuff too. It's Microsoft's giant thing. They still do improved music. I get that. Zune got something sitting around somewhere. Like,
stop it.
We watched Guardians. Speaking of Zunes, we watched Guardians 3 this week.
How'd you like
a lot this week? It was okay. That was my least favorite Guardians movie, but still, it was a Guardians movie. It was funny because maybe like the opening 20 minutes, I was like, this ain't it. And it did win me over by the end. By the end, I came around to it. I did like the wacky, the weird, but like it just felt, I don't know, just like kind of.
You didn't like the depressing stuff.
No. Well, I mean, it's not my favorite. I don't think like that's the space that I want the Guardians to exist in. But that wasn't really what's bothering me. It just felt like I don't know, slightly detached from like everything that we've known for them. But like, there's still references, but like, just a lot of weird new characters coming in, and you're like, I don't know. It probably because I don't know the comics and things you did. I was like, who the fuck's this gold guy? Why is these people? And like, this guy is here, and he's been evil this whole time, and we fought Thanos and returned universes, and nobody knew about him. It was just more things like that. I was just like, I don't know what's going on, but I got over it. Like, that's the thing. I got over it. Like 20 minutes in, I was like, I don't know if this is it. And then the more weird started happening and more things started happening. And I was like, all right, this is kind of fun. Maybe the comedy didn't hit for me as hard as the first 2 did either.
Yeah.
So
it's a different movie. It feels more like a ending, and everybody kind of leaving it's like closing up stories and stuff. Like even the Adam Warlock thing kind of feels a little rushed.
Yeah, because you only see him at the very end of Guardians 2. And he just kind of shows up, and he's not what he should have been.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, probably my least favorite of 3, but still overall, fun watch. Good. Thumbs up. Good movie.
And we lost Joffy.
You like his background, we're going to have to edit hard, by the way. I was going to save that for the end of the thing. But you hear it when you cut him out.
Oh yeah,
like, when you cut him out, it just goes away. I'm like, we're gonna have to run some noise reduction on him, something fierce. Is he coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back.
Okay.
He was
Oh,
saying
here
he
he
was
is.
hearing
He's
us
back.
like robots.
Gotcha.
Yeah, everybody was frozen, and it just sounded like super.
Yeah,
like
maybe
everyone was
Chaffee
talking
can't
into
run
a
the
fan.
melon. Like we have to talk about this. Like Chaffee, man, you get some better internet, buddy.
No, it just got really weird. I was like, "What the heck is happening here?"
I forget where we were, but I want to take another moment. I messaged you guys, but today we got our last packs of Pokemon, and we pulled the full art Charizard in the first booster pack that we opened, like the card that Jack wanted, the card that's like selling crazy on eBay and all that stuff.
That's
on the
dope.
first pack it was an experience. He went bananas. He started jumping up and down, did like a little dance, like spun around. I hadn't seen that kid this excited since maybe he was like 5, and I got him a 3DS or something. It had been a while, so we had a hell of a day, like a couple days.
And so, like I was telling you when you posted that, I was like, "Oh, I had that Charizard in my hand."
You said
today.
somebody crumpled it up in their pocket.
Okay, you see this?
Yeah.
Like this? Like
No.
this? Like this?
Dude, the card's like $250.
And the kid says, "Hey, can I have my card back?" And I go,
Oh no.
This one?
This piece of trash?
And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's my favorite card." And then in front of my face, he goes, "Whoop, whoop, whoop."
Wow.
Fuck it. And I was like, "What the? It's a
Well, you were probably just like, okay, the kid's got a Pokemon card. And then here I show up and I'm like, yo, we just got this Charizard.
And I was like,
Kids
"Oh, I
don't
had that one
care.
today."
No, that's true. That's the same thing we did to our cards. We had no
Yeah,
idea our
kids
cards are
don't
going to be
care.
valuable.
No
This is
value.
a
we didn't care.
game.
No value.
Yeah.
But when you started showing the prices on it, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this kid's a dumbass.
It's a piece of cardboard. Why is it even worth so much? I don't.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
But
Certain ones have value.
talking the folds and creases in that thing, I was like, oh, this is not the first time he's folded it. Like it's about to split any moment now.
Oh.
Because it's his favorite. It's worth more than whatever that dollar value you guys were looking
Right.
at. That
No,
card
it
it means more to me. than that.
Yeah.
No, it ain't.
I was like, you don't know. You don't understand.
I will take
money.
the dollar value. Fuck that.
That's why I
Maker
said
says
to
this hurts
him,
my soul.
it's worth more.
Yeah. Oh, it
So
was
I
rough.
Pokemon
told
hurts
Jack,
my
I was
soul.
like, we could sell it and obviously get like maybe all of the money we've spent on this whole collection back. I was like, but to be honest with you, buddy, I was like, you never know where these things go. I was like, you've got one. And like, I grew up my entire life wanting like that card and I never got it. I was like, I think you should keep it.
Yeah. Hold
Like
on.
just
to
keep it, put it in the book, forget about it. Who knows? Who knows what it might be 20 years from now?
Yeah.
And for us who have a bit of collector in us and stuff like that, or just even like the bit of nostalgia, it's just I had that. And there's things that we've grown up and kind of lost in the background that's like, fuck, I wish I still had that card.
Oh, of
Or I wish I
course.
still had that toy.
Yeah.
So for you to tell them like, nah, this one, this goes
I
in
bought the
binder.
Evolutions Charizard because we are like the worst Pokemon card. We play.
Mhm.
We play. We have decks. We play all the time. We
As
actually
you
pull out the
should. If
card.
you're gonna buy the shit, play the damn game.
Yeah, so we play the game. So I bought there was a expansion called Evolutions where they basically reprinted the old cards but with new stats so they were more modern and could play. So I bought the old Charizard, the old Blastoise, the old Venusaur, like the old Raichu, the old Zapdos because I'm still nostalgic for the cards that I grew up with.
Okay,
And I
so
make these cards of old Pokemon and kick his ass.
you know what is the rad move? So my son, when he was in like 5th grade, got really into Pokemon, not to play, he just loved the artwork on there.
Sure. Yeah, there are
Like, it
some
was like
cards that
binding
just have
cards.
awesome artwork.
So then I went on like the Nextdoor app and was like, hey, anyone got Pokemon cards they're getting rid of? I got 2, like the fucking fat binders,
Boxes and stuff. Yeah.
full, and then someone gave me like the big like holiday popcorn tin full of Pokemon cards.
Sure.
That's
And
dope.
and I'm talking fantastic condition where I was like, oh, there's definitely some money up in this bitch right now.
My boss, who I talked about last week,
Yes.
his son started getting the Pokemon cards. And my boss had no idea what it was. So I actually made him and his son decks. And then I brought them to work and I taught my boss how to play so we could play with his kid.
Wait, so
Oh,
you guys
that's
are talking now?
No, we still haven't spoke.
Oh, shit, for real?
Absolutely
We
not.
still have not spoke. Oh, I have an update. Do you guys want an update?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes,
So
if it gets us off this Pokemon talk, please.
I had an employee just call me for work
Mhm.
and they were like, I thought I told you guys this. Did I already tell you this?
I think we talked about it on Shaq.
Oh, was it Shaq or
I think it was.
yeah. Anyway, I'll say it again. Who cares? So he was like, yeah, he's like, so he's actually meeting with people. I was like, oh, that's cool. Okay, I haven't heard at all. And they go, yeah, that kind of came up. I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, so he's meeting people one-on-one. He's like saying goodbyes. He's telling people things and having like, good heart-to-heart one-to-ones. And when he did that with this boy, she was like, you really need to do this with Donnie. And they were like, yeah, we're going to let Donnie cool off for a bit. They were like, we're not ready for that. I'm going to give Donnie about a week or so. And then I'll come back around to Donnie. And then somebody else heard him say that. And she's like, Donnie would probably really like to, express his feelings. You guys are really close. Apparently the response was, oh, he expressed them.
Yeah. Oh, we heard him.
Yes. So apparently it's going around the office. Even the people that weren't there started to hear about it. So
that is hilarious.
My points were well made, I guess.
Yes.
I am going to make another little Pokemon care package because we've gotten a lot of duplicates in these decks and these boosters that I'm going to give to his kid, kind of as a parting gift. And take home to his kid. Yeah.
You're like, these are for your kid, not for you, fucker.
Yeah, you can kick rocks.
Yeah.
Nick wants to know, do you think the craze for Fortnite and live service-based games has passed?
Nope.
No.
Not even a little bit.
Zero.
Not
People
even
are
close.
still trying to find that next one.
Mm-hmm.
And Fortnite still ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Fortnite's out here like a fucking Diddy. Can't stop, won't stop.
Well, Diddy might be stopping.
Fortnite, Apex.
Well, you know what? I take that back.
Diddy definitely might be stopping.
Hey, after these stories Mace is telling,
Oh, not even that. The story about the man. Now Tupac hired us.
Right.
Diddy hired us. Tupac
I don't really know what Fortnite's up to.
I don't
You guys
either. I just know
included-
people
I
buying it.
don't either. I don't pay attention.
I feel like they're not making the waves that they were making 2 years ago.
They have everybody in the game. Who else do they add?
I think that's probably true.
I would agree
That's
with
about
you.
it.
They're not making the same as far as the big news and stuff like that.
They
like
were
how we
driving
talking-
the industry for a period.
Yeah.
They were it.
but the game is still
Oh, I'm sure.
it's not
still-
like it's empty lobbies. It's just kind of like an in between. But Fortnite does that where it's like they have really strong seasons and then it just dips for a while and then it'll come back again.
get
So
something.
I think
I
it's
want to
just time.
disagree with you. I'm kind of torn. I'm trying to think of a way to do it because in some ways I think it is, but again, you're right. PlayStation's greenlit 15 of these damn things.
Yes.
Yeah. Which
So, I
probably 8
think-
of them won't see the light of day.
I think that's the case I want to make. I think live service. I think the craze for live service probably has. I just don't know if the economics have. I think enough of these projects have failed that I think publishers are looking at them as more of a risk than they used to.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think they used to look at these as it's cheaper to make. It requires less time. We can make this and make just as much money on our full projects without spending all that much money. And I think too many of them failed and they lost too much money to think that. I think now more of them are probably thinking it's a risky play. We can make the game that we know we have a customer for, or we can make this and maybe we hit it, or maybe we go away forever. So I want to sit on the fence, but I do think people are still going to try to penetrate the live service thing. But I think over the last 5 years, I think people have realized that there isn't space for everybody to have one.
Yeah, it's not
can't
the dominant genre.
You lost the time was when Rocket League, when Fortnite, when War, that was the time, and you missed it. And it's hard to penetrate that and become on that level.
I was thinking from just the consumer standpoint. I wasn't even talking about the gaming industry and people trying to make them, because I think that has come to an end. People are realizing that not everything is going to hit. I was just talking about people playing these games. Fortnite hasn't gone anywhere. Counter-Strike 2 just came out and is doing gangbusters. Apex,
Foam Stars.
people are still playing the hell out of that game. People are still playing the
love
shit out
Foam
of Rocket
Stars.
League.
You guys listen to board video games?
You
Kyle
keep
fucking
talking about-
loves Foam
who
Stars.
the hell is Foam Stars? What are you
He
talking
did
about?
25 minutes on
You're
Foam
making
Stars. I couldn't believe it. It was the funniest shit.
No.
What?
He talked about how he didn't like Starfield, and he's like, and I hate that, just an Xbox game doesn't get it for me. I get painted as this PlayStation guy. And then he did 25 minutes on the Foam Stars beta. I was like,
That's
I wonder
why.
why.
That's why. I promise you, I'm not checking what's Foam Stars.
But I love Kyle. I'm one of my favorite podcasters. So I always listen, and it was great. He actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, made a compelling case. Like he makes a compelling case that Foam Stars might be fun. I did not know, because I don't have a PlayStation and not paying any attention, that in addition to being like a Splatoon clone, which everybody saw in the trailer, that like you can shoot foam to like create geometry that you can then use to traverse. And I was like, that's
Crazy.
neat. That is a neat little element that I could totally see Splatoon ripping off. Like that is a neat kind of Minecraftian thing to add to the formula. I don't know if it's any good. I didn't play it, but I was like, that's cool.
But it adds a vertical layer.
Yeah. Yeah. He was talking about you shoot enough
building in
foam
Fortnite
to create a ramp or to create a ladder, and you just jump up. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's
They
different.
found a way to put building in it without having to actually build.
And like in Splatoon, they don't need it because you traverse
I have no idea what it
Yes.
looks like.
You
in the
slide up.
ink.
Yeah.
But like, could you imagine creating something you could hide behind?
Mhm.
Like a block or a shield? I'm like, okay. All right.
Well, that's just like what Dev said. It's like the Fortnite component.
Yeah,
Fortnite building.
sort of.
Yeah,
I'm good.
So
yeah, I'm good. I haven't even watched it, so I have no idea what the game even looks like.
is that the,
I couldn't.
what do you
care
think
less.
the common PlayStation take is? Does anybody care about Foam Stars?
Nobody even the common
I'm good.
PlayStation person
That's the
doesn't
thing.
even know that Foam Stars exist because
That's
they
the
didn't
thing.
even watch the damn State of Play.
This is the
That's
only
it.
place I've ever heard anyone mention Foam Stars. I have yet, like, I'm like Dev. I haven't seen a trailer, a screenshot. I'm like, I don't know what this fucking game looks like.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oof.
Tough crowd.
Yep. What's a star?
Because Kyle the Pug chooses violence
Fuck you, Kyle the Pug.
as he normally does. He
He
says, "What does your Mount Rushmore look like for your favorite Mario games of all time?" My Mount Rushmore has one game on it, Mario 2.
we could do this.
And with that, be right back.
Mario 2.
You piece
Really?
of shit.
2.
You should be fired.
Flogged, at least.
Yes.
I like Mario 2, but come on.
No matter of fact, we should make you work on this show more. You might appreciate being fired. You should come on earlier.
My Rushmore is easy, so I'll get out of the way. Mario 3, Mario World, Mario 64, and the only unpopular, maybe hipster take is I'll take 3D World. I'll take Mario 3D World, especially if you count the Switch release with Bowser's Fury. That makes it even better. I'll take that one over Galaxy at this point in time.
Well, I'm going to cheat. Mario 3, Super Mario Kart.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing trick answers. I thought we were talking about actual Mario games.
Well, it's
Never mind. I'll say Super Smash Bros.
I didn't say
and-
Smash.
Oh, come on.
Mario Kart's a Mario game. Mario's in the
But
name.
he means Mario games.
I don't
Mario
give a fuck
Kart
what-
is not a Mario
I
game.
don't give a fuck
Mario
what
Kart's a
Kyle
Mario Kart
Pug
game.
means. It's still a Mario game. Mario in the name, it's a Mario game.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Mario
Nah.
Kart is a Mario Kart
Nah.
game.
It's
That's not a Mario
is in the
game.
name.
No, it's not.
Yes, his name is Mario. It's in the
That's
game.
like saying Donkey Kong's a Mario game. It's
no,
not.
it's not, because Donkey
Look,
Kong is
bitch,
the name
I
of the
can choose
game.
whatever fucking Mario game I want. If I say Super Mario Bros. 2, it's Super
No,
Mario
hold on.
Bros. 2.
We
End of
are
fucking
we are
story.
actually talking about. Hold on, time out. Because
I
remember,
don't
this
care.
is the Delvin Cox bullying club.
No.
Delvin
It's
is
not
wrong
this
right
time.
now, and we are trying to
said-
say he is wrong.
I
This
said
fool
Mario
is
3,
trying to tell us
Mario
that
Kart.
Mario Kart.
See, look, even
It's
the
a Mario
chat's got
game.
it. Stop cheating. You're cheating.
That's not
Yeah.
cheating.
This
It's
is
a
a Mario game. It's the genre of Mario games. You know what
No,
it
no.
means. Quit fighting the scenario.
No.
I'm with him. Mario Kart can be up there
Thank
if he
you.
wants that on his
Thank
on his
you.
Oh my
Mount
God.
Rushmore. He's good.
Thank you, Dan.
You know what?
We
this
live
is?
in a
This is-
society.
Hold on. This
You
is
just-
racist.
You live in a
This is
society. I live in a
racist.
bubble.
Yes.
He's about to say Mario Paint.
I'm about to say it now just to piss you off. Just because you said, no what? Just because you said that, fuck it, Mario's missing. Fuck off.
Typing with Mario.
Yeah, the Mario keyboard game.
Yes.
Mario Virtua Tennis.
No. Now it's Mario missing.
Yeah, the Mario one that was on the fucking the Virtual Boy.
The one on 3DI or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm gonna go with the original Mario Bros.
There you go.
and Mario 2. That's it.
There you go.
Two
2 out of 3.
two dead presidents on the Rushmore.
There you go. Don't need another one.
We're good.
And since I got harassed for my answer, I'm going to give.
Because this was a terrible answer.
No,
Yeah,
great.
I don't even count.
You
that
get
as
harassed.
There's-
You got
There's
properly
no terrible
criticized.
answer here. It's your Rushmore. It doesn't have
Yes.
to appeal to anybody else
Yes.
but you. There's
Yeah,
no
The
wrong
Mario
answers
games
here.
are
I'm pretty
Final
sure-
Fantasy, Madden,
Mario
and
is literally in the name.
but it's not a Mario game.
It is a Mario
It's his
game.
Mario
isn't it?
game.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Okay, Mario versus Rabbits.
Of course,
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, then if we're just expanding the universe,
I
then
think
it has-
Mario
That's your-
game.
if
I
that's
think
your if that's your
I think
Rushmore.
XCOM.
yeah,
When I think
yeah,
Mario game, I think
Fair.
XCOM.
fair, same.
If you
platform.
want to, that's totally up to you.
Mhm.
Because the question would be, what's in your Mount Rushmore of Mario Kart games?
Mario Andretti
No,
Racing.
it just says Mario games. That could be anything that has Mario in it. It could be, you know
Yes.
what, Mario Andretti's Racing on
There you
Super
go.
Nintendo.
Fair.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. I said it. So there. That's number 2.
Kyle, I apologize.
Yeah.
No,
Fuck you, Kyle.
I'm not apologizing to him.
Shit.
No, this
Kyle,
was a good
I
I
question,
took your question serious.
and it just
and I
got
gave you-
disrespected.
Look, I
I
told
gave
you, to
you
put this stupid
actual
question in Shaq.
energy and genuine thought.
Yeah.
I can't.
And then these guys over here, they said, "Let's do on this."
No.
Look,
Yeah, I can't.
Kyle
just
knew
shit all
what
over
the
your
fuck he was
question.
getting into when he put this question in here. I said, take this to Shaq. He said, no, I have a question for Shaq too. So this is what
Well,
you get.
Yeah,
This is what you get.
get. Exactly. You can only blame
Fuck
yourself.
outta here.
The Shaq facts.
Damn,
Yes.
that's tough for him.
Nonsense out of here.
I try.
Absolutely not.
Try, Kyle. I value in your contribution to this community and this podcast.
I don't value a motherfucking thing you do, John Park. You can fuck off.
Right. Oh, Mario Golf.
I value the,
Why not Mario Golf?
why
Because I
not?
was counting Mario games.
Yes.
Got Mario in the title. It's a Mario game. Mario
Right
Golf,
on.
Mario Kart.
All right. If the franchise has 10 of its own releases, it's not a Mario game. It's its own game. Its own franchise.
It's its own game in the Mario universe. The Mario.
It's not. He
video
didn't say
game
rank your
universe.
favorite games in the Mario universe. He said rank your favorite Mario games. We know what that means. It means platforming, run
It
and
can
jump,
mean
fucking
what-
Mario.
It can mean whatever you want it to mean to you. Read the tea leaves however you feel.
This is why
Mario's in the name.
this whole
It's a
country's going to
Mario
shit.
Game. Well, that's one of the
Institutions are crumbling.
I blame. You know what? I blame the educational system. We
Dogs
don't
and
have
cats
any
are living
reason
together.
anymore.
Our
Just-
pets' heads are
mass
falling off.
hysteria.
Yeah.
That's the opposite end of this. We are all now a little dumber for listening to you.
Well,
Nowhere.
Good.
Yes, exactly. Nowhere in any of your rambling were you even close to a coherent or correct answer. I award you no points, Delvin Cox.
Yeah.
May
was
God
good.
have mercy on your soul.
that was
The
good.
beauty is, Delvin, you don't need his fucking points. It's your Mount Rushmore.
Goddamn right, Dev.
I,
I have
don't even
devil.
know where
Moving
go
along
from
to
here.
somebody else we hate. Dilfy.
Yep.
Damn, guys. We're not going to have any listeners left.
Well,
You're going after our own people.
I'm,
Look,
you know, Donnie,
he came after- he came after me.
This is fam on fam crime.
I agree.
He said,
We'll not let
he
this
said-
injustice stand, man.
No merger.
question for
No
the
merger.
show, except that Ninja Dev. He's already throwing me under the bus. So he can
Exactly.
kick rocks. He's lucky I'm even
Exactly.
asking his question.
Yes. Fuck your couch.
He said, if you can combine pieces from every single portable console to create your ideal portable, what would it look like?
They already did it. It's called
Like
the Nintendo
trash?
Switch.
It'd be terrible.
Done.
Game
No,
Boy
it wouldn't be
Advance
my
SP.
That wouldn't
That
be
would be
my.
mine's the Switch. Fuck that.
It's just the Switch.
Just the Switch.
So
Just
I'm
make it stronger. That's it. Make it
I'm
stronger.
absolutely going clamshell design. 100. It is so much better than a flat design. Clamshell. I want Vita screens, top and bottom,
Mhm.
but I want actual triggers. You do all of that, we're cooking. We are cooking with gas. Give me a 3DS style with like Vita technology,
Mhm.
and we're off to races.
I would like to see not the. I would like the PSP Go. That slide instead of.
Oh, that was a
climbing
Oh, the
out,
sidekick. It's good.
that
That's
was
a
a
good
good.
one.
That was
I never
fine.
owned one of those. But
Yeah.
I always liked I always appreciated the design.
I always browse around because I'm just like, and they were small and compact too.
Yeah,
It was really,
yeah,
really nice.
Yeah.
That's one of those that's like it just was ahead of its time.
See, I think if the better screen you get, you want to like protect it. So the clamshell makes a ton of sense.
No, makes sense. That
Now
does
you're
make
not having cases and extra bags and all that. Like
Yeah.
just clamshell, throw that bitch in the pocket. You're good to go.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like
I love the
beautiful Game Boy
clamshell, the
Micro.
portable. Clamshell is god tier. Gotta have it.
Okay. Yeah. Game Boy Advance SP, and I'm only going to play Tetris on it. That's pretty much it. We're
Good.
to go.
It's good.
Okay. Oh, Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario's another one.
Yeah.
We're still doing this.
Like that,
I can't believe this happened.
Yes, you can.
yeah. Why are you
Yes,
shocked?
you can.
You should
That's
know
why
better.
people come to
Don't
this
be
show.
surprised.
That's why I listen for
Yeah,
these
what-
moments.
You're not surprised by any of this.
Yeah.
At all.
This
I'm gonna look
is
this up.
PSVG.
Here you go. There is BS Super Mario USA. I Am a Teacher, Super Mario No Sweater. Made in 1986 for the Super
What does
Famicom.
that mean?
There's your Rushmore game. Gotta
No,
get
it's
it.
not.
Mario
No, it's
no
not.
sweater?
We gave you our Rushmore games. You're just
Yeah.
finding nonsense.
Yeah.
Just to support your arbitrary nonsense. Okay, we're good.
My arbitrary
We're-
nonsense.
we're
Your whole
secure
case is arbitrary
In our
nonsense.
Rushmore.
How
It's
are you
my
gonna ta- how are
Rushmore.
you gonna
It
take
can be
shots
whatever I
At
want
my
it to be.
criticism for being arbitrary when your whole platform is arbitrary
Because
nonsense.
you're throwing out absolute.
Your whole
nonsense.
existence is arbitrary nonsense,
Well,
You're throwing out absolute nonsense. I gave you my Mario Rushmore. Respect.
which was arbitrary
You
nonsense.
don't have to like it, but you're gonna
I
have to
didn't
respect it.
because it was.
Yeah.
I don't because it's arbitrary nonsense. Just like you don't like my criticism of your arbitrary nonsense with arbitrary
Oh
nonsense.
no, I'm fine with your criticism. I just don't care. It doesn't matter.
It's gonna be like my Mount Rushmore Mario game is actually wink wink a Wario game. See what I did there, hipster? I got it.
Who
You
Wario?
learned that,
Who's
guys.
Wario?
Good
I
times.
don't know
Got
who
it.
Wario is. Let me know who Wario is.
You're the Wario of this podcast.
I don't even know what that means, so I can't
That-
take offense to
You're
it.
the Wario of
Very
Shaq, Dev.
true.
Fuck Shaq.
You're the Wario of our kingdom.
there you go.
First of all, I'm not even in your kingdom. All right, I'm in my own goddamn.
Oh, you're in the kingdom.
kingdom. Not at all.
You're just Wario.
No, I'm not in the kingdom. No.
Good song, Cody Rhodes.
That is true. That is very true.
TPR says, how particular are y'all about your maple syrups? You just roll with Miss Buttersworth, or do you got to grab the grade A shit? He's the latter. Personally, he needs the quality.
TPR.
I buy the cheapest maple syrup.
I like my syrup like I like my women. Thick.
You
you
just
getting
put it
that
in the
Caro,
fridge.
huh?
You just make
Getting
it
that-
cold and
getting
it
that
gets
Caro?
thick.
Yeah. Thick.
I can't
So
tell you the
first
last
of
time I had
all,
syrup. Like fuck.
You
If
can
you
make
gotta
it
put
cold
syrup
and it
on
just makes
stuff,
syrup.
I can't.
you're doing it wrong.
Are we
'Cause
talking about that lean?
That too. Yeah.
he didn't say scissor. It wasn't scissor.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just syrup.
Not sipping on?
It's
Not
good too,
sipping
though.
Not sipping on some scissor.
on? Okay.
It's better. Hey, this is his. He can make it whatever he wants to make
It's
it.
my pick. Yeah,
Okay,
right.
this is fucking his list. It's his
No.
choice.
That's
His
right.
syrup
No.
can be any syrup he
No.
wants. They talk about
Respect
the
it.
syrup. That's a
Respect
syrup.
No. If it
No,
was
100%.
If it
Nope.
was spelled SZZ,
Let him
Why
have
are
his.
you
Let
Pete?
him have his.
What is it-
his-
what is it- what
let
is
him
it
have
made
his
with?
existence.
Cough
Is that-
syrup.
Is it
Cough
maple syrup?
this
green?
says maple syrup, not cough syrup,
Okay.
not scissor.
If I bought it in
It's a
Maple
Canada,
syrup.
Mario game,
if I bought it in
not
Canada,
cart,
Mario. It just
not
says Mario.
golf.
Just says Mario. This says
Mario.
maple syrup. It's very specific. Very
Just says
specific.
syrup.
Mario
You
games.
can pour
was
any
not
syrup on
specific.
your.
That is
No.
It
correct.
didn't say Super Mario. It just said Mario games. This
Correct.
says maple syrup.
It's
Very
ridiculous.
specific. Very specific. Even gave you an idea, Miss Buttersworth. It gave you something. If you would have said, "What's your favorite Super Mario game?" akin to Mario on the NES or
Uh-huh.
Super Mario World,
Delvin would've
then
still
we
said
have a
Mario Kart.
qualifier. There was
Mario-
no qualifier in that question. This
Mario
question
Kart.
has qualifiers.
Because you know why there wasn't a qualifier? Wasn't necessary. Didn't need one.
Everything is a qualifier.
There you
This
go.
one has it. So, Delphin, we know, is looking for the thick maple syrup, apparently.
Correct. Mr.
Downey
Butterworth
is going with the cheapest maple syrup he can find because it's just maple syrup.
Echo
This
says
is what-
Miss Butterworth doesn't equal maple syrup. She's also problematic.
She's actually not. I don't know why people even assume that she was. She's not. Neither
What's-
is Aunt
what's
What's
up
up
Jemima.
with-
what's up with Miss Butterworth?
Aunt Jemima, the one who was problematic.
Was she really though?
Yeah, kind of, but we don't care.
Is this
Yeah.
a race
exactly.
thing?
Which
That's
means
not
she
a
wasn't.
kinda.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
was a
first
race thing. We didn't care.
Oh fuck!
That's the
fuck
thing.
that.
That's the thing. Of all the things they could decide to go ahead and fix, Mrs. Butterworth, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben is not the
100%.
one
Like, hey,
we're
guys,
focused on in any
we
way,
realize
shape, or form.
racism's bad. Let's change Aunt Jemima and then fuck off. We all love Aunt Jemima. Fuck off.
She's part of the family. Her and Uncle Ben, those are the homies. You didn't need to do anything with that.
That's
Leave
how
that
they did
alone.
it.
Stupid. Just
We
stupid.
know you black people are suffering, so we'll do it.
We're gonna
changing
fix.
Aunt
We're gonna
Jemima.
fix the
We'll-
maple syrup
we'll
injustice.
fix
Pearl
your
Mining
syrup.
Company.
They said no more oppression. We fixed it.
We did it.
Right.
Pat ourselves in the back, guys.
We're gonna have Kylie Jenner go out there and give you a Pepsi.
Right.
We're gonna give-
God damn. Jesus.
we're gonna give you
No, I like Buttersworth, but like honestly, I don't care. To me, maple syrup's maple syrup. I'll eat
It
whatever.
would be the different flavored syrups at like IHOP.
Well, that would be dope. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of those. I like
Those
the
are good.
blueberry personally. Yeah, those are my
So I
favorite.
typically don't even fuck with syrup. I usually get, if I'm getting French toast, it's like a stuffed French toast with like cream cheese and like fruit.
That
I
sounds
do the
good.
same thing
Sure.
with like waffle. I get a Belgian waffle. It's gonna have like the fruit stuff on top, like maybe some strawberries and whipped
Fluff
cream.
butter. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm ordering pancakes, it's a very specific pancakes. Because pancakes is basic bitch shit that Delvin orders. Fuck a pancake.
God damn it.
So
It is.
that's
I
just
was
like-
thinking this the whole time. You
Still.
gotta put syrup on pancakes. They're not edible without it.
but
That's
that's
the only
thing.
way pancakes even work.
Also,
I'm
pancakes.
not
Because if
even
you
getting
drown
the
them in
regular
syrup.
ass pancakes. I'm
course
getting
not.
like the cinnamon sugar pancake.
Yeah,
like,
you
it's gonna
gotta
be
make
like
it
a
edible.
specialty pancake
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
doesn't.
God.
That I ain't even got to put
Otherwise,
syrup
you're
on
just eating trash.
it, basically.
Pretty much.
So-
We get it.
I
Not even
know
fucking with
how it
syrup.
feels when like the
When you
shield-
pick some wild ass Mario answers, yeah.
No,
how's
no,
it feel?
like, this is how it feels when like Seth Rollins turned on the Shield. We were one, and all of a sudden I turned my back, and this motherfucker has that chair at my back. Soon as he gets the
Look.
chance,
Look, you already know we've had this discussion on how basic pancakes are. Right?
Pancakes are the
Yeah.
lowest of the low.
Basic.
No, no.
Pancakes
It's literally
are-
not even a
suck.
preparation. They just pour shit in a pan.
no.
They are a platform on
Yeah.
which to build everything upon.
Absolutely the fuck not.
It's just burning the main ingredient.
No,
That's a pancake.
absolutely not.
A
You're not
delicious
forming it. You're not mixing with
Pancake.
anything. You're not stuffing.
Who is
It's
making
literally
y'all
just
pancakes.
you were just burning the main ingredient, the base ingredient.
Who is making y'all pancakes?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's something.
I
My
didn't
we
wife
should talk
made
about.
some really delicious pancakes. They were
I
some
don't believe
pumpkin
you. I
pancakes.
don't think I believe
They
you.
were
And then
pumpkin
Dev, like a
pancakes.
smart person, throws that shit in the trash and then tells her to make some French toast.
I ate the pancakes and we didn't even use syrup because they were so sweet and they had all the pumpkin butter and other things. We didn't need syrup because syrup sucks.
I'm not going to go there. I like syrup.
I have no use for it.
I kid with you, Chalfie. I love when I go to IHOP. I'm always like amazed. I'm like, oh man, they got like blueberry syrup, raspberry syrup. I like the fruit based syrups. Those are great.
Syrups
The
are really
glaze. So when I think about French toast, that's what I think of. You have French toast with the whipped cream and the bananas and like a little raspberry glaze across the top. And I'm like, that's dope. A little strawberry. Fuck.
Mhm.
Let's do it. That's
Yeah.
great. I think of that just the same as syrup. No different, really.
Yeah, I never really had a lot of like regular syrup in the house because my mom did.
We don't have syrup in the house either. We don't really do pancakes.
She did
Or,
bookkeeping for Smuckers,
Oh,
and so we just always had like all the jellies and all the flavor syrups, like all the
nice.
time.
That's a sweet
So-
perk.
yes,
yeah, it
is.
really was. So it'd be like I'd go to a friend's house and I was like, "Oh, is that just like regular syrup?"
We
gotta-
never had Smuckers.
Boom!
You
Strawberry.
would come to my house.
blueberry.
We never
Never
had
had no
Smuckers.
Smuckers neither.
We
We had
had
Miss Buttersworth as
Oh,
a
I
we
didn't
had
say
wall.
could afford the
We had a
Smuckers.
wall brand or
We could
whatever the
afford
shit was called. We had a Aldi brand syrup. Much more syrup. It's the shit we
More
had.
syrup imported from Canada.
It's
Canadian's
spelled
finest.
like SIR.
I think that was what's called.
dash up.
Canadian's finest syrup. This Canadian club. They were trying to branch out.
It's all syrup.
Right.
You know, it's like you had Kool-Aid and I had like purple drink.
Flavor Aid.
You know, so like my syrup was in a pack. You like mix with some water. It's like it tastes like syrup, kind of.
Kind of, maybe. Maybe.
Syrup-ish. Syrup adjacent.
As the
Syrup
community
substitute.
continues
Yes.
to come for me
Syrup
in these
substitute.
goddamn questions. So, Yarden, you can also kick rocks, all right?
Damn, every
Oh,
one of them.
Everybody.
Because they're all coming for me, all right?
I'm glad
Yarden
they come for
says,
somebody else this week.
worst game you played this year. No idea what Donnie and Delvin will pick, but we know it'll be either Destiny 2 or Cyberpunk for Dev. Any thoughts on Mario Cristobal and the Hurricanes game this week? First of
That
all,
was some shit.
Yarden,
Nope.
kick rocks about this goddamn hockey shit, all right?
What's a
Stop
hockey?
it. Exactly. What's a hockey?
That's not the Hurricanes. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, I saw Hurricanes and thought
Oh
hockey.
shit, that's something. You guys don't know what he's talking about?
He's about the
I have
Miami
no
Hurricanes.
fucking.
He's talking about the U.
Yeah,
Oh,
Miami Hurricanes.
That
Dev,
can also kick
Dev,
rocks.
hang on. Let me paint the thing.
I
Who were they playing? Was it Georgia Tech?
have no idea.
I don't remember.
All right, so Miami's playing team. They're up. It's like 24 to 17 or 18 or whatever. And they've got the ball. It's like 24 seconds. They run the ball.
Oh, this
Instead
is
of taking a knee,
and then they score.
and he fumbles the ball. The team comes out and fucking throws a game-winning touchdown as seconds expire.
Damn.
They paid this man like $9 million to fuck this whole game up.
Yeah.
Yep. I just googled it real quick.
That's a infamy moment. Like he can go on to win championships, but they'll never that will never be forgotten. They'll be showing
like the
that
butt
forever.
fumble.
Yeah, they'll be showing that forever. Like this will be the example of what not to do.
Yes.
Like, this is why we don't do this.
Yeah.
Be teaching that to people everywhere.
So
I
yeah,
don't
worst game
remember- I
you
don't
played
remember
this year?
That's a good question.
Fort Solis.
You actually played that?
I beat it. I don't think you might not have been on that episode I talked about it. I finished
God,
it.
you really do just buy and play everything.
That was the game I was excited for.
Why?
I really only rank the games that I'm interested in, or that
Because of
I
the
like.
story
I don't
elements
really
and
rank
stuff
the
like
ones
that.
I
It felt
don't
like it was going to be an interesting game, but it was not there. It was not good. I didn't
Oh,
enjoy it.
I have an answer. Worst game I played this year? Tears of the Kingdom.
Wow.
God. No wonder they come for you. I'd come for you too. Jeez.
Whoa, pause. look at Johnny's face.
Not even a little bit. That is nonsense.
You're asking. You're like,
I don't care.
I don't have a game I didn't like this year, but this year I've also been more I'm the opposite of Delvin. I'm not fucking playing everything that comes out. I've been way more selective on what I'm playing. So anything I
know.
anything I played is like I'll say
got
the
it.
weakest game I've played this year was probably Atomic
I erased
Heart.
it from memory, but I got it.
Okay.
What did you say, Chavi? What was it?
I was saying the weakest game I played was Atomic Heart.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I never got to that one.
Good answer.
It was just fine, but it didn't like do what I thought it was gonna do.
Mine's Oxenfree too.
Oh, yeah. You did talk about that one a lot.
Yeah, people really aren't like fucking with that game.
Game
I
was
thought
so
it was-
mid. Oh no, Delvin was all about it.
I thought
Talk
it
about how he
was.
likes these games and I don't like
like
these
it. It'd be
games,
Great.
and they never finish it. They played one more episode and they stopped.
I finished Octafree. I'm one of the people who finished it.
Ugh.
Wait,
Well, maybe
Oxenfree
the
or
one of
Oxenfree too?
you're the one person.
The ending was underwhelming. That's what my whole thing was.
Yeah, the game just didn't live up to the hype is all.
But Fort Solis was like, ugh.
I didn't play Detective Pikachu though. If I played Detective Pikachu, I think that would be
your
the
answer.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I legit have only played like 5 games this year. And quite honestly, the one that I enjoyed the least was literally Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not even
Wow.
joking. It just didn't stick for me. So,
The game I have 150 hours in.
yeah,
Well, we know that Dev only picks gems, so at least it's just the least of his favorite gems. So
there you go.
got that going for you.
There you go. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just the one that I enjoy.
And his list of 10s, Tears of the Kingdom's like a 9.5.
It's like a 7.
It's like a 9.5. He only picks
Solid
gems.
7.
Stars.
Solid 7.
All-Star
Solid 7.
Squad. Right?
Yeah, like Mario Bros. 2.
I like Mario Bros. 2.
I
But
do
hearing
too.
you go hard for it to be the greatest Mario game of all time makes me makes
First
me
of
not like
all,
Mario Bros. 2 as
Who
much.
said the greatest Mario game of all time?
Rushmore.
Nobody said that. It's just my Rushmore. I don't
Right,
think
and you
it's the
only
greatest
picked one.
game of all time
You picked one
Obviously,
game. How could it not
it's
be the
my-
best Mario game?
because it's
If
my
you just
favorite.
picked one Mario
Favorite
game.
does not mean best or greatest.
Okay.
It just means it's the one I like the most.
Fair enough.
Doesn't mean it's the best.
Fair enough.
Rushmore.
Rushmore. Right.
Yeah, my Rushmore
go.
is just my favorite. It's never the best. It's just my favorites.
Okay. I can get down with that.
You,
I
you
like
know how I
Mario 2.
roll.
I like
My
Mario
stuff is
2.
always just the favorites. It's never going to be what I consider the greatest.
I'd love
It's
a
just my
remake of
favorite.
2. I would love Mario Maker 3 to have like Super Mario 2 mechanics and worlds and shit. That would be awesome. It was delectably weird.
Yes.
And different.
Mm-hmm. All right, last question of the night. Mathman1024 says, what was your favorite baseball card design from the 80s or the 90s? I will always like the looks of the 1987 Topps cards.
I was born.
I was going to say, I don't know that Donnie can answer this question.
I can't.
Okay, so this takes me back to last week because I was fucking dying when they said, tell your teenage self about a technology, and Donnie was like, the
fucking
right.
No,
Right. That was wild.
Yeah, no, I didn't say the Wii. You got that right. I didn't say the Wii. It was in the question. He's like, you could go back and show your teenage self the Wii. I was like, fuck, I was a teenager with the Wii.
Yeah.
That was me.
It was
My
his
teenage self would not be thrown off at all. It was another Wii to be seen.
Yeah.
Adult
you got-
Donnie telling teenage
I mean, the most
Donnie,
boring shit I could show my teenage self.
you would
Here's
just
the
be
Wii.
sitting next to yourself playing Wii.
Right. Like, oh, do we get another one? That's dope. Did you get a black one? A red one? Did you get the red model? That's awesome.
I guess
Take
the
us
only thing you
pictures
can
of the
tell
Wii
yourself
U.
is, hey, don't worry, you can mod this soon.
Yeah.
Like the Wii U would have blown my mind if I could go back and show my teenage self the Wii and been like, hey, this is what's coming. And my teenage self would be like, can I play DVDs on it? I'm like, absolutely not. You still can't do that shit. God damn. Tell Nintendo to get it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a funny question. I was thinking of that when he posted it in the Discord. I was like, this motherfucker. Go back to your teenage self and show you the Wii.
Busting up in the car. I was laughing so hard. I was like, yeah. Which also then had me like fucked up because I was like, oh, I'm significantly older than you.
I had another moment like this today. My neighbor, for whatever, he asked me to, it started to rain. It's been raining all day. He's doing remodeling his house. He had this big giant ass door outside. He didn't want to get wet because it's not been painted yet. He's like, can you come help me move it? He's forever old. He's like 85. I was like, yeah, I'll come help you move the door. So I moved the door and he's talking to me about work and all that. And we didn't have an active shooter today, but we did have a gunman in a school. Nothing happened. So everything happened. But I told him about it because I was working. And then for some odd reason, he got off to asking me about like 9/11. He was talking to me about 9/11. He was talking about how he was stuck in an airport and all that. And he's like, you know what it was like? And I was like,
No,
I was 11. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I was in school. I was in 6th grade. I wasn't in an airport trying to catch a flight. I was trying to catch math.
No, way different.
Yeah. I was in college
Straight
trying to
up.
figure out why everything was shut down.
Yeah. So when we go into these old questions, talk about reminiscing of NES years gone by, and you think I'm dismissive of the Atari because it's trash. That's why. I'm not playing no damn haunted house. You've seen that shit?
Donnie
Some
said
floating
it-
eyeballs and blinking lights.
I'm
What?
glad you brought that up. It comes out tomorrow, the remake.
Are you going to get
What?
that Halloween game?
Yeah. It looks
You know, he probably already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I
Probably
know.
only
I know.
exists because
I know.
Delvin
He
was going to
can't-
buy it.
He can't not.
Yeah.
It's like our
He can't.
favorite segment on the show is what self-mutilation game will Delvin
He
pick
said,
next?
I couldn't purchase the Ally, so I'm going to get this.
exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
you're older than Chaffee at this point, Delvin. You know that, right?
Pretty much.
Like,
yeah.
you are truly
Buttersworth.
the old of us.
So the new nickname, Buttersworth.
Yeah.
No gold coin. No.
That works.
No.
What was it? What was the gold coin in Spanish? Moneda de oro.
Moneda de oro.
None of that.
Moneda de oro.
Yeah, no, just Buttersworth.
Yeah,
Mr. Buttersworth.
there you go.
Works for me.
Ridiculous.
Or Butter Pecan. Call him one or the other.
I'm
I'm not
glad.
calling him that.
I'm glad we all answered the last question about these 87 Topps cards.
Yeah. Oh, but
Do you even
know,
remember him?
Because I was
I
actually
don't
remember
even
the
know
Topps
what to
cards.
talk
Topps was
about.
my
with
favorite.
these.
It was Tops or Score.
I have an answer.
Score was kind of whack.
My answer.
Oh,
is-
Donruss.
I'm gonna.
Of course you do. Are you like 36?
I didn't collect baseball cards. I collect basketball cards. So mine is gonna always be Upper Deck.
Oh, Fleer. Fleer was good too.
Flair's good.
Fleer, Upper Deck, Donruss. Score
Did you
was
get-
like the really whack ones.
Did you guys get
I
these
like
in your bubblegum packs?
Yes, we did.
No, they
Or
came
your-
with bubble gum in the pack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm, gotcha.
Do you guys remember though? Not for Donnie, he was still
He's 12. He's 2. He was 2.
Yeah.
He had
What
Pokemon
was it?
cards.
He literally says 1987. I was born in 1987.
Yeah.
Like I
But do you guys
literally
remember
just
the
into
trend
existence.
of like when everything from like the fucking X-Men cards to
Mhm.
whatever, it was like the
Groundsville
holographic
Kid cards.
the holographic
dope.
ones. Those were the
Yeah.
shit, man.
They
When
were.
you
I
hit
still have a
holographic card,
holographic cable card from the X-Men
Dude,
cartoon.
you're talking my
So
shit,
I have the
Shelfie.
whole set.
I remember.
I got
that. Oh,
all
there you
this,
go.
man. I got this for days. We can do
No, but
holograms.
no,
I got
not those.
holofoils. What do you want to do?
Not
Reverse
those.
cards, alt
not the
arts?
foils, like the full
Not the foils.
hologram.
it was hologram. It like
Yes.
80s.
Oh, like
style
it
hologram.
shifted?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No,
Those
I
Man,
get
this
that.
man, I wish I could go pull it out of my garage, but yeah, I think the X-Men cards that came out when the cartoon came out, I have the whole set, and I've got one of the hologram cards. It's a cable card.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did them for baseball, basketball, football. Like
Mhm.
they started being the holographic ones. Those were like the move right there.
I had a
Yeah.
Shaq one like
Cool.
that.
Nice.
Those were
Oh,
dope.
man, Upper Deck was fucking dope.
It was so dope. I used to love Upper Deck cards.
Yeah.
Dying
Fucking
like he's
dope.
up to something.
You guys can have your Pokemon nonsense and your
Just
fucking
sounds
Yu-Gi-Oh!
terrible. You're like, you guys
And
are
you know-
plastic that were moved back and forth.
Yeah. And then what I did is I
You
got the
just
cards
pulled it
and I
out. You
folded
just
them like
pulled
this,
it out.
and then I
But these
put
are
them in my
shiny. These
pocket.
are holofoil. It's not a hologram. When he said no hologram, I was like, oh, that's way worse.
It's way better. Your little
not.
foil crap is
It's
trash.
not.
Foil ain't nothing.
It's so
no.
much better.
You
Foil
know the
is
hologram
nothing. Foil is
ones?
whack.
These are really cool.
Yes, that was our life when we were younger.
Sound
Hologram
ancient.
cards. Yeah.
So
was our thing.
Mathman's real question actually was, what game were you most hyped for but ended up being completely disappointed in? He's kept this monstrosity as a reminder to always manage expectations, and it is NCAA football 09 all play.
Oh, I like
Johnny's
that one.
favorite console, the Wii.
I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, it's not a good one, but I still play it. Like I still have it.
Of
I have
course
the
you do.
I do. And I'm not joking. We played it this month. I played NCAA 09 the week.
I'm not at all surprised.
You know what's cool about that game? You could run the option
Nothing.
with motion controls.
Zero.
You could run the option with motion controls. You could take the hike. You could fake the draw. You could pitch the ball with the Wiimote. It's pretty cool.
I just want to press A.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like in all things considered, it was a big downgrade from just not just NCAA like 09 on other consoles. It was a downgrade from like NCAA 03 on like GameCube. Like it was just such a downgrade. Like all of the fanfare and pageantry and everything was gone. It was kind of like this mix between NCAA football game and like Mario Party, like this Mario Party game, kind of what they tried to do. So I mean that's a good pick. What was the full question?
Just a game that you were very excited about, but was ultimately a massive disappointment.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mine's Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay,
Oh,
I was gonna say.
yeah. I think we all were like, wait a minute.
I was like, what?
There was a long
Oh,
pause there. We're like,
Shelfie.
hang on a second.
Oh, I'm gonna have to rethink this partnership here.
And we were all went there. He's like, it's Metal Gear Solid.
guys
I think we
really
were all
like-
like leaning in, like,
Yeah.
oh, we were about to collectively get his ass. And then he was like, Solid 5.
Yeah, I didn't think that pause was gonna get you guys.
I didn't like 5 on release, but came back around to it and enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, it just didn't click with me. I was like, I don't know. I think I bought it twice, and I was just like, nah, it's just not, wasn't it?
I played it a couple years ago and had an absolute blast. I played it before that and had a blast too, but on release it was just so, I don't know, different from what I wanted. So different
Yeah.
story-wise, gameplay-wise. Like I wasn't ready to embrace it. And then once I kind of got over that and came back to it, the gameplay-wise, just mechanically, best in the series.
Hmm.
Which is not saying a lot. I mean, it's the newest game. It should be, but
Yeah.
still, it is really fun to play.
I had to think about this for a second, but I got an answer. I think I gave this answer on Shaq. Shenmue 3.
Oh, we're going there again.
Yeah,
Jeez.
because I was like, I was excited for what I did the Kickstarter.
He was that
thing,
guy.
And they're like,
Yes, Sony, we'll help you. Here's
punishment.
$100. Thank you, Sony.
Yeah.
Deb and Gabe Patillo, huh?
Then I got it. I was like, oh,
It was probably Gabe that got him. He was listening to the show.
Right?
He's like, yeah, Gabe, I'm gonna support it too.
Terrible.
no. And I got it. I was like, you know what? We already have a better version of Shimu. It's called Yakuza.
He's listening to PSVG. He's like, this Donnie guy sucks. I don't know why he's so upset. I don't know why he's going on about this. This game is going to be great. He'll see. We'll show him.
No, I that was the year of dreams, they call it. Like
Shit,
everything that came out.
Y'all need to have higher higher dreams, higher standards for dream. Y'all need to dream higher.
No.
But this is also very on brand for Delvin. Yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'll spend money on this.
I didn't put I
Yeah,
didn't buy like the super
1000%.
high tier. I bought like the what it was $30 tier.
It's $30 too much.
You still put money on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Delvin, can you describe the Shaq hologram you had? I'm trying to determine which one. Like, there's one of these that I think is cool, and there's one of these I think is awful.
If I remember correctly, it's the one of him dunking with both hands hanging on the rim like it's gonna break.
Okay, I'm not seeing that one at all then.
I
Okay.
do remember that one.
I see one that is literally the entire thing is a hologram.
That's
It's
how
the
they
whole
all work.
card.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
All
all
the
the cards-
holograms are.
all the
They're-
cards are like
I don't like that at all. That's terrible. You can barely
All of them
even
are
like
like that.
it's not even like really legible. But then here's another one. There's an upper deck hologram card that has Shaq on it. There's like a design. Shaq is up in the air with the ball, and then the backdrop to him, like in frame, is a hologram of him doing something else. And I'm like, now that's dope. That's
Okay.
a cool
I
card.
definitely didn't have that one.
Yeah, I don't
That
That
know.
sounds cool.
Yeah,
It is. It looks cool. It looks like he's celebrating with like Penny in the background, but his image is not hologram. It's him like a card on top of the hologram. I'm like, that's awesome. It's like depth, but the full hologram just looks like something out of a Cheerios box. You're like, it's like hard to see. I was like, oh, this is not good.
fucking young ass.
I'm just telling. It's just mid. It's just-
You had to be there. You had to be there. It's all we had, Donnie. It's all we
I'm
had.
sure. Yeah, no, that I understand. I'm sure it was great in 1983, like on the dawn of like
fucking dope.
merchandising. I realized you guys were playing with jacks and marbles and shit.
Yeah.
That shit was probably mind blowing back then. I get it.
Rocks.
Yeah,
Throw a stick
I
at
get
a
it.
thing.
hmm Kick the can. I got it.
Right.
Tic tac toe. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Staring
can
at
imagine
the
that
sun.
blow my mind too. You've just been looking at these old 1960s like Roger Staubach cards forever.
Yep.
Right. And then you get this awesome hologram shit and you're like, this is the new age. This is
This is the
computers.
future.
You were
The
like, this is
future's
computers.
in my
A
hands.
hologram. Yeah, you got it. I get it. You're like AI, man. We're gonna have flying cars one day. I get it.
Yep.
Shit was dope.
They made a car that runs on
Runs
water.
on water, man.
Trying to find a game that I was just massively disappointed in. This is not easy.
And I hate saying that. Like Red Dead is objectively pretty good. I think a lot of people like it, but for me, I was
Distant
over the moon excited for it. So excited. And just hated it. I mean, we've talked about it. I'll revisit it, but I
You don't need
literally
to
just
add no
hated it.
qualifiers. If you hated that game, you hated that
Really
fucking
did.
game. And it's
Wait,
trash.
really
Fuck
did.
it.
Not Last of Us 2?
No, because here's the. I've said this before, and we're not going to go down this path again.
No, we're not.
The creative decisions that were made with Last of Us 2, I hate, and I've said it, and I've supported those statements, whether you agree or disagree, right or wrong. The execution of Last of Us 2 is superb. I've always the gameplay is excellent. It is
I just
such
know-
a
I
fun
know
game to play.
The hurt that you went through.
Oh, it was an ordeal for
The
sure.
grief. You went through grief.
I did. I sold
His
consoles. I was
grief
like, I can't even
was
keep
my
this shit anymore.
joy.
Right.
I was like, I can't even keep this shit anymore. It's just I got to get out of the house. I had to exercise
For
its
me,
existence.
bringing it up, less of a critique about the game, more of the emotional
The
distress
experience.
and processing you went through.
Like that, I was actually legit not excited, but like interested in factions because of like the gameplay. The gameplay is so the stealth game.
Yeah.
If we could ever have a Metal Gear game that was half as good as like Last of Us 2, like oh man, that sounds ideal. Like it is,
It does.
it's so good. I still think of that. I don't know where it is, but that village, that town that you come into with Ellie. I think when you cross the river, and you're in the town, and you can go in and out of like the deli and the mechanic shop and shit. You can bust the glass, and there's people everywhere, and you can hide in the grass. You can go in the garage. One of my favorite, I think, most memorable stealth action sequence. Like I could play that level indefinitely. If I could just have the game without the story and without the consequences and everything, I would love to play it because everything else was superb. Like they really knocked it out of the park. It's really good. I mean, I've never said it's not. It's really good. I hate it, but it's great. Whereas I wanted to love Red Dead 2 and just hated it. Like I literally hated playing the game.
It's the walking simulator of all walking simulators.
Oh, it's so yeah. I mean, it's so laggy. Have you played it, Chavi?
Yeah.
Every action in that game is so deliberately slow. I've always joked it feels like they have built-in latency. Like I used to always joke that like totally stream that game because you can't tell if it's the latency or the game. You would have no way of knowing because you press X and wait 5 seconds.
That one I was super hyped for. I didn't hate it, but it was like it just didn't have the drama of the first.
Yeah, and I just love the first. Like I really just kind of wanted more of the first, and like it couldn't be further from. Like, it could be more different.
From like the plot twist to the gameplays, it was like that game was like near perfect for me.
You go back to play Red Dead now, and it feels like you're playing Red Dead in like fast forward. Like just the character, like the movement you have over the character, over the horse that you shoot and spin around and everything. You know, it's a completely different feeling.
Damn. So mine was Watch Dogs. I was really excited for what that.
Which one?
Was the first one.
The first one?
That was a disappointment. Yeah, like I thought it was gonna be like the evolution of like the open world Grand Theft Auto type thing with a little bit more story, a little bit more drama. I thought it was gonna be a lot more than what it was.
Well, especially when we saw it like
Cyberpunk
the E3 announcements. Remember all the like.
I know.
It was going to be crazy.
It was the game, right? It was the next gen. It was the thing.
It just came out.
It wasn't.
Completely flat. They redeemed themselves with Watch Dogs 2 for me, though. I love Watch Dogs.
Ruined the entire franchise with Legion. That's where I thought you were going. Legion was bad. It's just bad.
Legion was awful, but I never had any experience. I thought it was bad from jump. I'm like, I don't want to be everybody.
Call.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Spore?
Oh, shit.
No, I don't.
People were excited for Spore.
Yes.
Like
people were wild.
Yeah.
Why?
It was supposed to be like a brand new. You think about it was like, wasn't it like procedural before like consoles were ever doing anything?
I remember, and
it was going to be an all. It was like
good.
The first No Man's Sky.
I was just supposed to say that it was going to be No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It was going to
be No Man's Sky, and then we got it. We're like, holy shit, it sucks.
Yeah.
Nothing about that game when I saw, I was like, why are people excited for this? This
ever growing.
That was
like evolution.
Spore was
I remember
from a cell to a fish to a world to a galaxy. It's going to be incredible.
Nope.
Not
was
even.
Was it Molyneux?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Molyneux, there's not been a better hype man for a video game than Peter Molyneux. That motherfucker would get everybody just stoked for whatever he was working on.
Hype for
he was a great
mid.
Oh yeah, for sure. Execution was never there, but man, did he not get? He would always. He just sold it. Too. He did E3 super well. Yeah. You know, he just come out and just get everybody excited. You know, It's too bad they didn't have Kickstarter back then. They would have got Delvin 2.
Yeah,
no, they wouldn't have. Spore was trash.
Did you buy Spore?
No, I'm buying that shit. That shit looked horrible.
I don't believe you.
Yeah,
I don't believe you at all.
Since we said E3, I will say Connect. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
Dude, that E3 showing, I thought we were looking at something never possible. I was so excited for Connect. And generally had some good moments, but ultimately the Connect experience was pretty lame.
That was done.
It definitely
card.
Yeah. it definitely wasn't like what was promised. Right, and they're doing the Milo demo and shit, and they're handing AI characters shit through the screen. I'm like, whoa, this is insane. And it's like, no, it's not. You're really just kind of doing jumping jacks in front of a webcam. Yeah. Like, that's ultimately what it is. Like you lift your leg, and that's kind of.
And then seeing the hot parts of your body.
We have that now. It's called OnlyFans.
You know the best thing about Connect was the Paranormal Activity made like a whole movie around it, and the shit was dope. That's like the best thing that came out of Connect.
I do remember that. Yeah,
that was really good, right?
Yeah, it was.
Didn't even know that was a thing. Today.
Oh, really?
8 years old.
Yeah. Paranormal Activity 3? 2?
I think it was 3. 3 or 2.
3? So you know, Connect like canvases the room with like dots.
Mm-hmm.
So in the dark, they have the Connect dots out in the room that you can see because like through the filter of the camera, because Paranormal Activity is like found footage, and you would see the ghosts, like the dots move off the energy of like the paranormal entity. And that
thank
shit
you.
was legitimately scary. I was like, whoa, what a sweet idea.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity. I saw the first one and was like, I can never watch another one of these
I
things.
love
I can't
it.
fuck with
It's
Paranormal
so
Activity.
good. One
Can't
of
do
my
it.
favorites.
Nope.
It's Paranormal Activity 4.
4. Wow, we were way off. Is 3
Yep.
is like the prequel? 3 is
Yeah.
my favorite. Toby the ghost. Toby's the best.
Yes, 4. I'm looking it up right now, making sure.
Yeah. Video game fans in you should give Paranormal. That's your video game Halloween movie recommendation. Go watch Connect Kill People.
Yeah.
No.
I bet Microsoft's watching it. Like, what the fuck, guys?
So like,
Get Connect. You can play with Jedi powers and see ghosts that haunt you in your house.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Much like Spore.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we've come to the end, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to do it for episode, what is this, 107, 108?
8. Ocho.
108, the Ocho of Play Some Video Games. Well, it's been a fun time. Thank you for joining us, Chaffee. Sorry I was late.
no,
It's only
so
one
great.
Cadillac on Mars, Delvin.
No.
Ooh, do we want
Donnie,
to talk about that real
As
quick?
always, you bring the hype.
No.
Hmm.
It's been like 12 hours.
Glad you were
recording.
here, Dev.
Glad I showed up. I had fun. Well, until next time, play some motherfucking video games.